Hello? We're good? Alright. Uh, let's go. D2 qualifiers. I'm joined by no one at the moment, but Macy will be joining me shortly. Lightspeed Noah versus Explorers of Time. Probably the most hyped up match of the season so far. If you guys didn't catch up with what happened before, we've had match 1 of Mate versus My 14, and that one went to Mate the D6 team trying to go up to D5, but right here, right now, Lightspeed Noah, Explorers of Time. I think we can swiftly move on to the lineups. And we'll start off with Lightspeed Noah, and it's a pretty interesting lineup from Lightspeed Noah. No Malone, one of their big additions of the season, but they do have another addition in Eon starting in probably his biggest RT match of his career. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I haven't seen Eon play RTs. He joined Clan. I've been playing with him a lot. Very impressed with how he plays. Let's see what he can do in a big match. And we've got Justin, K, Solar, and Miles. Another head scratcher, I guess you could say. Someone you didn't expect to play at all this season, but he's in there because Maxi's not here, and we're gonna get a really interesting bag battle. Miles versus Jay, a veteran versus a pretty new player in Jay, but Miles probably rusty. I haven't played with him at all since he's been back. I don't think he's played in a long time in a league match, so that's one to look out for. Also got Solar, KA, Justin. KA, the star of the show last season in the finals. He went crazy, and I mean crazy. His lowest score in the finals, I remember because I wrote this for my article. His lowest score in the finals was 113 against what is now a D2 team in LV. It's gonna be a he's the player to target for EXO because Justin, Solar, and Eon, while they all are good players, no one stands up to K. I think K is one of the best players in the game, I can't say, but in D2 or in D3 for sure. MVP candidate in D3, maybe even MVP candidate in D2, but we'll all assume that Leof's gonna take that trophy. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now about L2. We can move on to EXO. Now, EXO haven't been playing the game, or haven't been playing League since MKPS S2, so they did not play in Season 1. But this is basically S1 from MKPS, which was a D2 team. However, the big difference is that team was D2 with Tekken, who ended up MVPing that season. They don't have him, and they're still D2, which is why they are the bottom team in D2 in my opinion. This is why they're in the qualifier match. So, without Tekken, where do they go? They have Artie, Max, Spart, Yoster, and Jay, the new guy. Jay's gonna be a really interesting player to watch this season because he doesn't have the experience of D3 or D2, but he's been grinding so hard. I didn't really expect him to be a bagger when I first went onto his stream. He got rated by maybe Frozen, maybe Macy, I'm not sure, but he was playing it up in tier 3 or tier 2, I'm not sure, but he has a lot of promise, both going forwards and going backwards, and hopefully he'll put it on display. One thing to note is Spart is playing match 1, Zane is playing match 2. You'd expect Zane to be here, or to be playing every match during the season, but I think he's not home in time for this first match. And Spart, we saw Spart playing Gamped last season, wasn't overly impressive. They had Victor and Abyssary with the big points on that team. Spart was just there as like a third or fourth option most weeks. But yeah, I think Spart, Artie, Yoster, Max, really strong lineup. Artie is our EXO POV and KA is our L2 POV if I'm not mistaken. And it's really interesting because we're gonna see two different game styles. Artie, you'll see Artie with the plays that you'd never thought of before, and you'll see KA just run it up. At least that's what I'm expecting. Obviously, that can interchange in D2 and with D2, D3 players, but I'd expect Artie to have some really huge plays to get his team top 3, get his team up there, and K just to try and break through. We're gonna see a lot of interaction between these two players. One thing to note is Max was actually a part of this L2 team, and he's transferred over. He's an op now, and maybe a revenge match for Max. I'm in the clan. I don't know if there's any real bad blood that I know of, but we'll see. We'll see. Max, I'm not sure how he feels playing against his old team. I'm sure he wants to win. I'm sure everyone wants to win here. At least that's what I hope. I'd hope no one ints this match trying to stay in D3. I don't think that's gonna happen, but looks like we're almost there in terms to the room status. I think we have 8 or 9 players in the room. I'll be joined by Macy pretty soon. Let's hope she's on her way home. Yeah, there's not much else to say. I didn't talk a lot about some of the other players like Solar, like Justin. Solar's a hard player to talk about because I'm not sure where I'd rank him as a player anymore. You know, in MW2 he was definitely a starting player. He moved over to L2. I don't know if he played a majority of their games. He was a big part of their finals run, playing in the finals alongside KA. He could be someone to look out for. And on EXO's side, Yoster, I remember back in MKPS we had a cast of EXO versus Gun, and Yoster surprised me. Yoster really carried them that match, and maybe in the spotlight once again. Can he do the same? I think with their lineup you'd expect Max and Yoster to lead the way if they want to have a chance in this match. I think Artie will just be the leader of this team, but not lead the team in scoring, if that makes any sense. But yeah, Jay versus Miles, another point I talked about. Really interesting bag battle. 2 baggers you would not expect in a D2 qualifying match, and yeah, just to re-emphasize this, the winner of this series is gonna stay or move up to D2, and that, I mean, I hope that's a big deal for these players. Still looks like we're waiting on the baggers of each team. Can't see the spot. It looks like Yoster's hosting, Max in 3rd. I'm assuming just the regular stuff for both these teams. I'm not sure if 12th race GP is on. I know it's gonna be on for match 2. I'm not sure for match 1. I don't know who we're waiting on here. I've been paying attention to the room. It still looks like 8 in. So I think we're waiting on Jay. I saw Jay was streaming this match too. I'm not sure if we have his POV up or if he's turned the stream off, but would be interesting to see if we can keep an eye on that bag battle. Okay. Yeah, we just waiting on these baggers here. We'll take a 2-minute break, and hopefully by the time we're back, Macy's here to join me, and we'll get this D2 qualifier match started. Alright, we are back and Macy is here. Room has just started. Um, yeah, we just had a little break. Baggers took a long time to join, but we have Macy. Can you introduce yourself?
No. Yeah, hey. I showed up late. Did no races start?
No race have started, we just went over the lineups. We haven't even gone over our predictions. You want to start us off with that?
Yeah, okay, I'll start with I'll do match 1. I have EXO, but I have L2 winning the the full series, and my MVP prediction will be, I think I'm just going to go with K and RD. K match 1, RD match 2, and then someone match 3, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm a person to not be too biased for their own team. I just think EXO is a better team with the lineups that have been put out. I think Malone being somewhere in this lineup changes everything, but he's not here. He's not gonna contribute to this result, and we're underway on RBC as things are about to go down. We have KA and RD POVs, probably the two best players in this room, I'd say.
Mhm. Agreed. Yeah, Max. Though the dark, like, I guess the X factor to look for on each team would be L Solar and EXO Max.
Yeah, 100%. And
Solar and
early back
Max,
them, yeah.
Solar and Max players who play like completely the opposite. Solar's super safe, and Max is just really fast and tries to outplay people mechanically. So it'll be interesting to see how those two do.
And early backstem, early golden from Spart. Not a player we associate with being like that top dog on any team he's been on, but already just getting up there, doing exactly what you need to do on RBC. I feel like the meta's kind of changed. You know, people used to hold Goldens until that grass set, but not anymore, and you could see why. Spart in first, just trying to control the race for EXO.
Which POV is currently on the stream? Is it the left side?
It's the right one. So we're watching KA now.
Okay.
KA has got the first. I don't know what happened. I think like he's gone first. We saw Spart was there. Maybe there's a POW, maybe there's a blue. But this is exactly what we expect from KA. First place, just
Yeah.
cruising for now. I think I saw L Justin in second.
Jay's gone 10, I believe, holding shock. He's not falling off, so
Yeah, and
they can
that's
use
one
2
thing.
as well, obviously.
Yeah, it's one thing I wanted to pay attention to. Miles bagging on me. I don't agree just because you can't bait TSs, right? So
Yeah.
it's just a
That, and it's
disadvantage.
just when it comes to like someone being like, "Oh, their bagger's 10th." There's no, you don't have to think about anything. You just see the
Exactly.
me, just easy hit. Well, not easy, but like easier to acknowledge.
And there it is, 2 minute shock does nothing. One
Yeah,
dodge, that's all
in
they
the
could
back.
do.
Is L like top 4 or top
It's
3? Yeah,
top
they're top
three,
3.
yeah.
I
K
guess,
just
I guess,
cruising.
I guess they wanted to just shock in a sense, see what they could do. But I think the right play there is to just play for 2-3 at this point, because K is gone unless you get a blue.
I don't know who already just got started by, but he's gonna hold his POW in 8th. This is just not a good start for EXO. A POW
Yeah,
that
blue.
does nothing, it seems like.
Yeah. I don't know if Jay can. He's going forward now. He has second shock. Second shock has to be in play.
Yeah, it was used at 2 minutes. We might see one. There it is. Already gonna come up. Gets a free box. Gets a
Aw,
blooper.
that's so unfortunate.
That just, yeah. It's top 2, but it's Eon Solar. It's not KA, so KA might have got blued or shocked off.
Yeah, I believe what we saw in the POV others couldn't see was he got TS'd and blued, and they still get top 2-4 out of it.
Double shock race for Jay. Not his fault whatsoever for what happened that race. EXO just not getting to the front. We saw Spark there lap 1. We switched to K and he was gone. He was just gone.
Well, obviously very well played by Jay, but his team was unable to do anything with either shock really, other than already dodge up at the end. But unfortunate chain. If he gets shrooms, he might cheese second.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Even if
told
he,
me,
even if he, even if he gets a bomb, he can just bomb K maybe. Who knows? Sorry for cutting you off.
yeah, if you told me a team was gonna get 2 shocks and a blue on RBC and lose the race, I mean, it shouldn't happen. But L played well, played really well to make that a top 2-4. I'm not sure how.
Very, very good job. I didn't really see any of Jess in that race, but it looked to me like Hay just got up there, and then shortly after, Solar and Eon followed up.
Yeah, I mean, that track is just so lopsided once you get to the front, and K just put that on full display. Even though he didn't win the race, he helped the team win the race easily with his
Yeah, he
back.
was first for like 2 minutes straight.
The
Can't ask for
shock in the
anything more.
boxes too, like, I'm not sure. That was like a desperation shock, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I agree with that. It was just a shock 4-5 in the boxes.
Hmm.
Max, the thing is, when you shock your 4-5 in the boxes, it stops Max, who's the dodger, from getting a good box. And he got nowhere close to the front because of that.
I see in the Twitch chat, Solar apparently first frame dodged that shock. I honestly just thought he picked up a ground star somehow, but I didn't see the bagger. That makes way more sense.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it
so they
does.
would have gotten second.
Going to TF, when you chain top 2-4 to TF, it spells danger. And let's see if they can execute it.
It looks
And
like K and Max drafting, already red in fourth.
yeah, Max getting the draft is big for
Oh,
their chances. Bill in play,
L
red
billing
on
already.
Artie.
What?
I
I guess
think,
I guess if they're top two, they just didn't want to hold it. That makes sense.
yeah, yeah, it's a good play. We don't see a lot of teams do this. Artie has to be taking this TC. Yeah, there's just no way.
Yeah,
His
really
race could be
unfortunate.
over as early as 20 seconds to
Nice.
race, but spams a star. But again, look at the spots. Look at the spots for
I believe
EXO,
L's top
bottom three.
two, right? Or 1-3 maybe? Because Red just got thrown a
Yeah,
K.
it's just Max. It's just Max up there. Bomb in play hits no one. What do you do if you're Miles here? Do you even entertain the idea of going for boxes or just stay still?
I'm not a very good bagger, but every time when I did bag, if we were top spots, Leops would just yell at me to not touch boxes. So I guess that would be the play.
And as we see, Jay is either baiting or already has shock. I think there's no reason to bait if you're losing the race, right?
Yeah, but he's under the ramp, so I have to assume he has it.
He's
Like, come on,
got it.
EXO's
Yeah.
2-4 or 2-5. I mean, sorry. Now, oh,
Bomb
nope.
doesn't hit. This shot could be killer. I think K is in first once again.
The way to use Mega.
Can they stop him though?
Hasn't
There's,
really been much of for us to see from K's POV. He's just been owning, but
yeah, he's just driving. That's what I said before we started. We're gonna see KA in the front, Artie in the back. No shock still.
they're
Maybe
bottom
Artie
three,
in the
right?
boxes. Yeah, it has to be Artie in the boxes here. It's gotta come.
And
There it
yeah,
is.
shock red
Plus a
too.
red onto Eon.
Dodge. Very good shock. Getting L on the tiny little bumps there. Big time loss. Oh,
Oh,
and he gets
nice!
redded by his teammates.
Oh my god. What happened
Uh,
there? They
I think that was
still
his
get
teammate.
crushed. They got crushed.
I honestly couldn't tell if that was Eon or his teammates red, but either way, that's
Eon got
just so
shocked after
sad.
boxes. So it had to be his own team.
Oh wow, dude. Well,
That's a race changing red because that like Artie gets whatever Eon got. Or better.
yeah, I think he's just set up for a free second or third there. He just has shrooms. Everyone's tiny. Yeah, I think that should have been 2-3, but
Wow.
huge play by. If that was Eon, then Eon, but if not, then unlucky.
Like this is unbelievable. Jay's doing everything he can. 3 shocks in 2 races and you're down like 30 already.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unreal.
I mean, the opening was really well played by L. Sorry, one of L drafted, Max followed, but they just ended up back spamming him. K ends up being gone first.
Yeah, it's just that's exactly what I said before the race. Top 2-4 into TF spells danger, and they just even without shock, it's so easy for them. No
Yeah,
blue for EXO either.
still only a 30-point deficit, so obviously no one's out of it. 10 races left in this match.
Yeah, and one thing to note, it is 12th race GP, so no resetting, which would have helped EXO, stop the momentum and get 135 back to go for a Maple Tree or a DDR. They don't have that luxury. They do get the pick though. They really needed that. Moonview Highway, and it could have been a 50-point lead with 9 left, but they can tone it down here. Try and get some shrooms. Try and get up there. Try and stop KA.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be the difference maker here, is just frontal presence, because K is obviously just huge player to have in the front for L. L easily their best runner, I'd say, in this lineup, and if he's not in the front, then I don't know who else is gonna be.
Yeah, and just holding on to green at first, misses the box there. And shouldn't matter, but let's see what Artie can get. He's hoping for shrooms here. Wow.
Uh,
Wow, he's gonna double spam, I think. You gotta go for another box, right? Well, he did, but yeah, he just got the wrong box. He had a box on the first platform that he missed.
a lot of rock takers. Solar dead last. I think he fell off.
Max
He's
in the
streaming in
front.
last. Miles fell off with build. No 10th place box probably for Jay. He was far left.
Already holding blue for Max. Let's see what KA is up to in the front, since we know Artie's just gonna be kinda dead for the rest of this race until someone takes rock.
Just quick update, Jay's gone 10 right now, and Miles, I believe, failed. Yeah, he failed the strat.
Yeah,
So probably
this
another shock for EXO.
Jay just doing what he can. Ooh, Miles with a box steal there, but it's his own teammate, so it doesn't matter. Yoshter in first now. This is top 2 with blue.
And shock most
probably
likely.
shock,
But
yeah.
he just respawned. I don't know why he's okay. I thought he was still trying to go back. I was gonna say.
Miles fails the strat again. I don't know why he's going for it. He just should chain as much boxes as he can. Oh,
Yeah,
as a red onto his own teammate. It is blocked, but
I think this is where an experience kind of thing comes in, because Miles, I haven't seen Miles play in months, and then he just comes out of nowhere and is bagging against someone who's been grinding for quite a bit now. Someone you
yeah.
can't just underestimate.
I think Max takes cut in second to make this a pretty easy top 2. No
No shock.
yet.
Wow, very unfortunate.
Maybe already shock in the box if we switch to POV. No, he throws blue.
No.
No shock at all.
Bombing himself? Oh,
Probably
bottom
unlocked
two?
from.
Wow, that's
Yeah. Wow.
that's the best case scenario if you're L.
Yeah,
mean,
they should have lost that by way more. 2 rocks from Max and Yoster, and that race is pretty much over with already holding blue. But no shock for Jay.
yeah, very unfortunate for Jay. Another well played race. 3 shocks in that race. He just stayed 10 the whole time. So at the very least, Jay made it so EXO has a guaranteed winning race. So
Yeah,
still
for
still
sure.
well played by him.
And that's like +5, I think. Not a big race. You'd expect way bigger when you had 10th the entire race in top 2.
Oh,
I'm wondering what a TS would have done there, because Artie still can't take cut. I don't know if Spart would have won at all because he got last. So maybe it wouldn't have done too much. But so far, Jay's just dominating. This could be. I mean, Miles
yeah.
just
I mean,
gotta get some luck.
in the
Or
long
just-
run, this could be a huge difference. Like,
Yeah.
he might not have got shocked that race, but if he's 10th every race, hitting multiple boxes in 10th, this could be like a 10-1 shot count war. And obviously, it's like, if you lose with a 10-1 shot count, it'd just be your own fault, most likely.
Especially as the D2 team in this situation against the D3 team. I mean, it would be pretty embarrassing. Let's hope it doesn't happen. Let's hope L2 gets some shocks. But, I mean, they're playing really well without it, to be honest. And we're going
Yeah.
to BC3 for race 3.
Okay,
Or
something
race
to look for. I know K and Solar can both do ultra really well. I don't know who on EXO can do it. I would imagine Max and Artie are
I
just
know
competent at
Yosh
it, obviously.
because I
Yeah.
casted one of his matches a long time ago against Gun in MKPS, and he made it, and he just controlled that race.
Yeah,
Let's see
hopefully
if
he can
goes for it.
replicate this or that. I mean,
I think you go for it in second, or maybe you just add more nanas to the cut. He had nanas in second. Let's see
Yeah.
what KA does with his star. Ultra Taker. I
makes
saw
sense of this,
one.
it's huge. Ah,
Oh,
unfortunate, but already
Double
failing
fail.
as well. I think I saw 2 L people. I think I saw Justin and Solar make it. So it's 2 L up there and 2 EXO.
who is in last? Let's see if K looks back at any point, because we did see. Okay, it is Spart, so Yosher made Ultra probably in first right now.
Yeah, very well played by EXO so far, other than the cut mishap, but they played the opening well. Double backed, just kept their top 2.
And we saw with that POW, already lost blue to that POW. He tried to hop dodge it, he couldn't get it. KA's race looking
Also-
really Messed
Jay
up
gone
now.
10 yet again, 4 for 4 race. Well, TF's wasn't gone 10, but you know what I mean. He's playing really
Yeah,
well.
he's locked in. I saw on
Oh,
his stream.
sorry, I left the K's POV.
Yeah, oh
Oh,
my god. Speaking of laughing at POVs, not what you want to see, but
happens to the best of us. All good.
yeah. Let's
Guessing this is a
see.
shrimless attempt. What is no shots? What an
Wow.
okay.
Yeah. One
Oh,
of the
good
shrimlesses of
make.
all time.
What was that? Already
Solar.
still gone in 8.
Solar's the only hope, it seems like. I don't know where Justin is. Not in fifth. Oh,
Just in
he's up
second.
there.
Just in second.
It's 2-3, yeah.
So
2-3.
EXO occupying 145, maybe even holding Bill or Blue. I mean,
Probably holding Shock.
yeah. I haven't been paying attention to Jay, but
K is holding this Mega. It doesn't really mean anything for us. Let's see if he goes for the bagger here.
no,
Doesn't, because
he's
Jay's
itemless
push.
anyway.
Another star. He's not getting any shrooms that do this cut. He has to go for shroomless again. Already gonna go for ultra.
Okay, doing Shroomless
Nice make.
fails it sadly.
Already makes ultra. K fails star cut.
Elb most likely getting bottom 2. That was a
Shock
mild
here.
shock. They shock rated first on the mini map. Justin
Yeah,
might barely edge out Yoshi. He'll grow before him on the
it's a
line.
wheelie battle. I don't know. I don't know. Should be a win. If you call that shock, you expect them to win that race or win the first second battle.
I think already barely loses there. But shock in 9th there for Miles. Again, unfortunate for Jay, but he's doing everything he can. He can't, get flustered or anything. He's
Yeah, I
playing very
can't get
well.
mad at that. Justin and Solar really carrying that race. We saw both our POVs just in the mud that race. No frontal presence whatsoever. Not a
Mhm.
lot of good plays either, but
Wow.
good shot call from Justin winning them that race.
Justin, the best wheeler ever. Okay, sorry, I had to say it. But 1-3-7-8-9, winning by 1 out of that is fantastic.
Yeah,
No offense to anyone, but K and Artie obviously did not play that race very well. Our 2 POVs.
I mean,
But
yeah, we'll praise them when they play good, but we have to say what we have to say, you know. And that was just not a good race for either of them.
yeah.
One thing to note, you did mention Justin being the best wheeler. Next season, if they win this match, I think they're gonna be only 2 wheelers in D2 next season, being
Would that be Fire and Justin?
oh right, Fire, Justin, and Mio, the 3 wheelers.
Ah.
So last season there were 0, and this season we have 3, or potential to have 3, which is kind of interesting.
Honestly, 6. The only good current wheelers that come to mind would be, well, the 3 listed. Actually, so it's in Alberto, so 4. I don't know any other wheelers outside of that, but
Yeah. Race 5, Waluigi Stadium, Justin in first. Let's see if he can hold first. I'm not so confident that he can.
yeah, honestly, a smart pick by EXO here. Probably knowing that he gets redded out instantly, but probably knowing they're faster than Justin for sure on this track. And yeah, already just Mega in second. Or third actually, so we're taking cut. 2-3-4 for EXO. You can't see it, but on the other POV, K has Bill, so this means a lot for the bag battle. Jay is gonna get. Oh wait, actually, let's see. Yeah, Jay's gonna get the first
Jay
box
takes
in
cut.
10th with Bill in play. Oh, he fucked. I think he did trimless. I think he messed up. So
Yeah, he went
Miles
for the
actually getting the first
shrimless.
box.
Miles being the less experienced bagger, not knowing that strat, and it's actually gonna pay off. Will he get the box? I think he got it. Let's see, he doesn't
Looks
fall
like
off.
Miles has it.
He might lose it though. Just keep an eye on it. No, not yet. He dodges it.
Well played by Miles, but Jay's obviously just gonna force 10, so they can only use 1. But shouldn't be too bad. Solar's holding first. They're 1-3-5. Bill in 5th. Even if he has to Bill, he just bills straight to first.
Yeah,
so.
KA Artie probably knows that K has Bill, but KA doesn't know that Artie has Mega. And there it is. There it is. That's exactly
That's
what we expected
unfortunate.
from Artie. K
But-
not gonna be happy with that.
But all good. Got the most use out of the build. Just pretty much bagger got shock first try in 10. Just,
Yeah.
As long as he secured that shock, that build wasn't useless. So.
Mega to triple reds for Artie. Eon dodges it, but Solar's just
surprisingly
destroying the race.
yeah.
The Daisy on Stadium.
Solar often complains about how bad he is at this track, but he's playing very well, holding down first.
Shock still. Oh,
Another
bill. Redemption
This could
for
be a
KA.
massive race for L here to just break into the plus
Will
40.
Miles TS the right funky though? And this is. Let's see.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. I don't think he did.
Well played by Jay again. This might not even matter.
It's not gonna matter though. Yeah.
But still, again, Jay making the right plays, driving in front of their runner.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned when Miles went me that you can't do that, and Miles falls for it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter though, cause KA just a very easy race for him. Double bill. I mean, not really much EXO could do.
Actually, gonna keep a shot count in the chat so that we can talk about it throughout, like just in case it gets out of hand, because Jay seems to be playing really well. I made a mishap that race, but
Top 2-4 there. I didn't see what Eon got, but Solar just ran it up and KA just dodged. Same thing with Justin.
pretty well played overall by L.
Miles got that first try. That must suck because Jay had it. He had it. He would have got that chuck, or he would have been 10th. But he missed the shroomless barely, and Miles, not knowing that's even a thing, just went around and got the chuck.
Works out though.
Yeah.
Also, very well played by Miles to just even avoid Jay there, because if they lose shock, Jay could just star past the ramp and be 10, and
Exactly.
they obviously have Bill. That's just gonna be a shock.
That
Race
was a
could have gone
huge
very
avoid.
bad.
We have to assume that Jay wasn't a star there, because he didn't just continue going backwards. So it's a huge dodge there, and they're gonna try for Moonview High once again. Another big pick in this match.
Yeah. Hopefully EXO can just get their track pick and get their momentum. Well, that's what they're hoping for, so I meant to say it, but
Yeah,
Moonview Highway it is. Not impossible to catch up here, obviously. It's gonna be rough. It all depends on the first 10 seconds, but
there's a lot of lag boxes. Sometimes, like, the goal is K takes both boxes here, but it's gonna lag. Someone's gonna get a box here, and he doesn't even try for the double box. Someone has to golden up. Vib, wow, doesn't get punished.
oh, pro draft though. Probably not first on. Oh no, he bumped Solar into the wall, but clipped the wall. It won't even matter though. They're just top 3. Oh Jesus, I was watching the wrong POV. My bad.
Yeah, already drafted in the first, bumps Solar, but hit the wall himself, but gets his team into the top 2.
Yeah,
That's the big part here.
Sorry for casting the wrong POV. My bad.
Yeah. It's all good.
But top 3. Pretty well played opening for the most part. Jay in 10th, but Miles might have a 9.
Miles might have it. Oh no, they might have to go early.
He's in 3rd. This is actually good. This is so good. Why is he not? You should probably flag with it.
He finally stops.
That's what I was hoping he would do. That was bomb card Justin there. It was good.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad play at all. Yeah.
But yeah, Miles having shock. I'm not sure if that was 9 or 10. They were neck and neck just before I saw him turn around.
Yeah, but we see RD holding. Oh, is that a car hit? Oh, it's a wall hit.
Yeah, still top 2, but this does put him in sniping range of triple greens, so
might just
definitely a mistake.
Misses the bomb card. I think that would have hit if he hit it. One attempt here.
Nah, he didn't do it. It's okay though.
He's gaining on him. He might just pass him. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
EXO top 3 now.
No dodges still.
Yeah.
They need a shock. Artie's just holding. Why would he hold? That means they must have blue? They must be holding blue.
EXO can have blue. Nah, they can't. I don't know what he's holding for. Some call was made, I'm guessing.
Shock on the boost panels for Eon. I don't think it's gonna be enough. That's such a strange hold. He held how?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what they must have asked him to hold it for some reason. But either way, top 3 is all they need. They just needed some kind of big winning race, so
yeah, we had K's POV up most of that race, but after Artie got that TC, his next item was that POW. And he held it the entire race.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their thought process was. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just really confident they could just keep top 3, so
Yeah,
Fair,
and
fair enough.
another frustrating race for KA. Just she's so close to getting ahead of Yasha, but Yasha does what he needs to do. Got them into top 3 there. I don't know, like that POW. I feel like Max had blue in 5th, and then because of Eon and K getting hit, he got into 3rd with blue.
And maybe I thought he shroomed, but I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Like I would never, like even if being in 1st, I would never want my teammate to hold POW. Especially knowing the other team has shock, like wouldn't you just want to force a weird shock? Even though the shock didn't do anything in the end. That very strange one.
Hmm.
But yeah, as you said, not impossible to win on Moonview Highway, and they just got in the 1st super easily.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though. When the first place player is Daisy, for example, and it's not like some super cracked Daisy like Mura, um, there's tons of room for outplay, and as a funk you can just be super aggressive there and try to lag bump your way through and it'll work often against Solar because obviously the American Australian difference.
Yeah, MC3 here, they get the reset. They probably need a reset after what happened there. It always sucks when you have a good race, get a good track pick in, and just get destroyed on it. So, see if they can bounce back here. K with a nice back spam. Pretty underrated spot to back spam just in that line.
Mm-hmm.
People usually wait, even though
Oh.
they have a free hit. That bomb,
Uh,
it's K on the other side. Wow.
uh, Goldening up here is already Solar in first right now. Not sure, not sure how we got up there. I typed in the shot count, so I missed part of the lap, but
I don't think he has more shrooms, although I don't really know. No target power on
1-4
side.
right now. Solar getting hit out though. Getting
Yeah,
fib
that's a
redded, I
huge hit.
assume.
And
Two,
Eon getting hit. TC
oof.
though,
This TC is so important.
passes the Eon.
It's unfortunate for L.
Who has shock? It looks like Jay's way intense. And he's going
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah, he's going around the grass or dirt. I would assume he has. Or L has the star though.
I don't know. No, I think L has it. Yeah, because Miles is
Wow.
going forward.
Okay.
There's the shock.
Oh,
Is he
this
gonna be in a star? He
Yeah.
is. And he's gonna win the
Okay.
race. There's
Free
just no
first for
way.
K here. If we get switch to Artie, see how the end plays. Second item list. I believe they're 2-3-4 right now, but L is gonna be streaming and starring up and
I think someone
everything.
hit the ground green. Someone hit
Justin
the
gets
ground
hit
green.
after 2-3.
Yeah, it's not bad at all for EXO.
Solar getting eighth. Unfortunate. That's what you want. I think they got 2-3-5-6 there, and Jay probably getting 10th, I think. So still a winning race. And when when the other team has shock on MC3, that's exactly all you need. You just need just a small winning race. That could easily just be like a top 4 or top 3.
Yeah,
And
and
EXO,
it
if they
does
get top
suck.
4, it's out of reach.
It does suck because it looked like Jay was super gone 10th, and it might have been another niner from Miles.
Oh, Jay with the ninth as well.
He gets ninth,
So a
and
plus 5 race out of them having shock on MC3 is huge.
yeah,
Very well played by EXO.
could have been better though. I think Jay should have got shocked that race. Maybe I just paid attention to the bag battle way too late. Maybe Miles was just driving with it
Yeah.
30.
Sorry, I was all over the place that race, but still.
Yeah, good shot call there. I don't think they could have held it another set. I don't think it would have made much of a difference. That POW, I think it was an L POW. K was just like spam it, spam it, spam it. Because
Yeah.
if he didn't spam it, then whoever that was would have had to hold it for, or have to hold it for a long time.
Yeah.
Koopa Cape and Wario's Goldmine. These are some interesting picks. Wario's Goldmine for 8th. Solar, I've played with him a few times. He doesn't care about the Daisy disadvantage on most tracks. Like, he'd probably even tell you just go Rainbow Road if you feel like it. He's never one to, do that
I
type of
guess.
stuff. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, don't pick for me, just pick for the team. And we're seeing that here, Wario's Goldmine. He isn't last though. As a Daisy main myself, or as I've used Daisy before, probably the best spot to be in. Because
Yeah.
you get the 8th place box and then hopefully you're first by the end of the lap. Let's
Oh.
see what Solar does. Or what?
Room here. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured something would happen.
Oh, the TC doesn't go to Artie though. It goes to Eon. Solar.
Solar got that box on the side, but he's up here, so I might have shroomed up already.
Yeah, or maybe Bill.
Jay is 10th, by the way.
Yeah.
Miles just had fallen off, I believe.
Oh, it's 12 race, so Miles can even switch even if he wanted to. But I another blue should be held for Max. But
Even if K
couple
gets
reds.
them out here, it's just gonna be instant. Or yeah, even if L gets them out here, it's just gonna be instant blue. Fib tight. See if Justin doesn't hit it. Okay.
Miles going forwards again. Star from Solar.
Oh, and they lose blue.
Mega
Unfortunate.
in last as well. A lot of dodges were used because of that PAL. Miles has to have it. Oh,
God.
my god. Holds his Mega. They need him to hold this Mega. Look at this pack. Look at this pack. It
Maybe
is so close.
If Miles, I think the only way they can win this year is if actually Max is still first. Yeah, he's still first. So never mind. I'm dumb. Forget what I was gonna say.
Mega from Eon forces a Mega from Artie. Miles could lose it though. He's not in like a super safe spot. A bomb or a wide Mega could lose it.
I believe Artie used his Mega, right after Eon did. So
Yeah.
this Pussy L has shock for sure.
This PAL hop
Dodging with
dodges.
that. This could be huge.
Oh
actually.
my god, that's a huge play.
It is huge.
What a
for
play
EXO.
there.
Very well played. Holy.
But he might get TS for it.
That
No,
was sick.
they TS force. They miss. That's a huge miss too.
Oh
They're just
jeez, yeah.
from bad to worse for L. K still in second. Blue is
coming in
out.
for Max though.
Wow. Max is gonna go down. Is K gonna
Oh,
go
he
down?
might. He's gonna.
He's
Yeah.
oh no. Wow. How did they just lost that race?
That's-
EXO lost that race after playing really well. Wow.
Wow, already snapped that race. Played that out of his mind, honestly. Him hop dodging there and reading all of them is just so huge.
That's the player of the game so far, and somehow they lose that race. I think
So
Max
unfortunate
makes
they
the
get
wrong
blue.
play. Max, yeah, that one thing I have to say is that's the race that just it's gonna tilt them for sure. They play that
Yeah.
so well. Another niner potentially. I'm pretty sure it's another niner.
Yeah, it
Those are
was.
races you just look back at and just you say it has to go differently, but they just get better luck.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's just really unfortunate. EXO played that well. Max first the whole time. Artie obviously just hop dodges and gets the ground stream. Reds 2 of L. L chokes and misses the TS. I mean, they just got bailed out, for being honest.
Huge bailout. I think Max misplays though. Max stops to try and get K in the blue, and I think that might have killed the other member, the other EXO member.
I think Spartus got redded by Artie somehow.
Oh yeah, it just.
But even still, I think they get 145. So super unfortunate.
You couldn't have asked for a better item to get there from whoever fifth was from Lightspeed. Just a huge blue pull. I mean, fair play to K. K stayed second despite Max's attempts to try and get him out of there.
Yeah.
Even the
Heading-
POW. Just
Heading
did
into
everything.
our last 4 races, EXO still only done. Oh my god, 36. That race there was really what they needed to have this feel like it's within reach. But
Yoshi
still.
falls here. K in the pick. This is K's favorite running track, or one of his favorite running tracks. Let's see. We should watch K's POV here. See what he does in first. See if he can hold first, because some people say second's better here. And
oh,
just like that, he's done.
yeah.
He's done.
Oh wow,
Artie's
that's really
just
bad.
destroyed him.
2 of them too. Really good job by Artie there.
It's the worst feeling too, because you know K won this track, and if it doesn't go well for them, that's a huge momentum shift.
Now
It's
all
not over
EXO
for
has to
sure.
do is to get Justin out here, and they're just top 3. Miles is 10th,
Miles is
though.
winning. Miles is winning.
Looks like
Ooh.
Jay is shrooming up, so
Yeah.
Jay's gonna get the first box 10 here. Interesting to see if he hits it though. It could be worth to miss it if he knows what the items are on the back. Like if he and he got
jumps
Bill,
off.
yeah.
Oh no! If Miles gets it here,
I think there he should just try to hold 10. I mean,
K's holding star in 7th. So if Miles gets a TS might be coming here.
yeah.
Can't tell. It doesn't look like he's shrooming. You'd expect it to come here. Already didn't
Nah,
even
I
play
guess
for
no
the
shock.
TS. He would have got TS for sure. Blue is too late this time. Unless they shock? Nope.
I think
Just like
EX is getting
that,
bottom
wow.
2 though. So L's just
Yeah,
winning this race. They're getting 2, 3,
yeah.
5, 6.
It was a really weird race. Both are K was super far last and Artie just ran it up, so I don't know. It's a winning race somehow. So K probably doesn't feel as bad, but that just sucks. Artie didn't. Do you call that an outplay by Artie? Whatever he did?
The little outline. I mean, it's a good play, but I think K just misplays by trying to wheelie for some
He just
reason.
tried to be too fast. He should have just conceded. But that's the thing, like, you don't want to get outlined on your track, right? So you just try super hard to be in first, and he pays for it.
Yeah. Well, again, unfortunate. If they get shock in 10th there, who knows what could have happened. He got 1 box. Same thing with Miles though. Miles got like 3 boxes in 10.
And it was super weird. Artie would have got TS 100% if they shocked, but I guess he knew they didn't have shock because he took a line super close to the edge of the waterfall. He would have lost that race.
I have to mute for like 1 minute. Be right back.
Yeah, all good. Um, yeah, it's something we don't see. I haven't seen with K. I've never like K in terms of lounge. He's actually one of the best Yoshi Falls players. So obviously it didn't translate to wars, but you'd expect him to do better there. Just has to keep second. You have a lead. You don't have to play that aggressively, but people don't really think about that during the race. Like you don't have to call super aggressive shocks. Get first. You win the war from here on out if you just get first. But Sherbetland here, not one of my favorite tracks, but I don't know. It's one of I think Sherbetland and Mushroom Gorge are like the most split opinion tracks in the game. And seems like L2 like it, and here we are, K in last. Let's see if he stays in last to get this box. Just gonna go in 7th. Gets a Mega. It's actually not that good here. You want to get Golden, or at least Triple Shrooms. That's probably one of the worst items he could have got. But Justin doing what K wanted to do is get into the front. Fib not gonna do anything, but he gets his red out in time. Spart's you have to back Spart to kill Justin here. Justin's gonna have to do really well to stay second. K holding his Mega. Jay winning again. I mean, this guy's on it today. Miles has no answers for whatever Jay's pulling off. But looks like, I mean, as I say that, Miles has taken over. But it's EXO holding a lot of these top spots. Is this Justin in second? It is. He's done really well. He's like their only hope right now. But green up, that green's not, yeah, that could have been really bad. Already gets in the second, and now Justin will have to do really well to stay third. Looks like both baggers are going forward. Mega in play here means this is gonna be an EXO shock whenever it does come. And Yasher, we see Yasher with that bill in 8th. That could have been KA's bill. But he decided to go for that 7th place box at the beginning of the race.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. What's the
Jay
EXO
has
score?
shock. EXO
Okay.
should be first. Justin did get taken out. Yeah, I think EXO's first. Yasher
Okay.
has just used Bill as well. Yeah, it's top.
EXO
It's
top
top
2.
2.
Okay.
Yasher back in
Oh,
last. Nice stop, Mega.
not a bad play, I guess.
You're up a
Actually,
lot of points. You just top 2, bottom 2 is okay. It's okay. I think they might be forced to shock in the boxes here. They're gonna wait. They're gonna try and get a star. They get 1 star.
Perfect. This is top 3able.
Oh my god, luckily he did get
Oh,
that
they're in
star.
Bill. Okay. Oh, they dodge Eon on the line. Oh, he might have got second.
Solar dodges wall, Artie. Okay, that was a pretty. I thought he was gonna fall off for some reason, but top
Interested
2,
in
5 maybe. Did
what
Eon
Eon got
dodge?
there. Yeah, he
I
dodged in
wasn't paying attention.
Bill. I,
Oh
I
wow.
I saw it on the second POV on accident. I probably shouldn't talk about that when they can't see it, but
No, that's
uh,
fine. Oh wow, there's a second bill in that race. It's kind of funny because we've been playing EXO a lot coming into this match, and they've been talking about how we get a lot of bills and another bill there.
Yeah,
Get it?
that's
Yeah, that's a
second, but
saving one.
winning race, I guess, at least. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess all you can
but
ask for is a winning race, but they're probably feeling stressed. Like we need huge winning races.
yeah, it's getting to that point where even a 135 is like, man, it's just not that good. Going into last two races, L could be 1-0 up and maybe gonna move up to D2, but can't speak too soon. Big races are definitely possible.
I think obviously there's been a lot of bills, and that's obviously like lucky, right? It's lucky to get bill, but something EXO can try to do more often is what's it called? They should probably just get more like 8th place boxes, you know what I mean? Like obviously it's lucky that L's getting 8th place box in his bill, but if you let them get 8th place boxes over and over, they're bound to get bill. Like you have to contest a little bit sometimes.
Yeah,
And in that
that's true.
situation, I think like if it's RSL, someone has to get the 8th placer.
Yeah, and one thing, you might have missed this, but the first box of the race, K and Yasha are sitting there. K goes for the box in 7th, gets a mega. Yasha gets that box in 8th, and that box was the bill. But it didn't end up working out for him.
Let's see.
Koopa Cape though, one of my favorite tracks now. Like, I don't know why. I actually like this one way better compared to maybe a season ago. But K early TC passes the Solar,
Yeah,
who spins out on the mini map.
yeah, that's a little rough, but I think they just
Yeah.
took cut in the first, L, I believe. Yeah, L took cut in the first. Or EXO 2-3-4-5 though. Or no, 2-3.
Another TC, wow. I mean, this is exactly what EXO needs. And if there's any player to target, oh, I was gonna say, it was gonna be Eon,
Oh,
but
Spart, no.
wow, no way.
Unfortunate.
They took out Eon, but Spark, that's a huge misplay. This could be top 2 gone, or top 2 with a safe lead. See if
Fib
anyone hits this
healing?
fib landing. No,
Oh.
he's not gonna back it. Double fib in first is not what you want to see, but I think it's EXO in second. No, it's Justin. Can Justin get a red off? I don't think he'll risk it with EXO right behind him.
Hey, streaming up
Hey,
Eon
holding
as
up.
well, and Solar.
Full
Beulah.
squad coming up here, but it's not enough to get.
Getting like 2-4-5 now. Good
Yeah.
blue spots.
Just gotta hold on here. Let's see if a drop star's coming on our other POV. No drop star.
Oh, there goes Miles.
Jay's gone. Jay's
Perfectly
gone.
for K. Nice. And yeah, Jay has shock. But this is a weird spot for EXO to be. They're 1-4. They have to get dodges, obviously, in the back. I think they're in the back. Solar's dead 8.
Mega's
Oh,
here.
good
That's
shot.
a double TS.
That's a very good shot call, I think.
That's
Obviously
exactly what they
depends
need. Yeah.
Depends on what items the back players get, but
Another shock is possible. Last second shock for Miles is on the cards here.
ooh, Mega through cut. Top 3.
Remember,
Yeah, they're gonna
to win
need.
this race. They need to win this race.
Oh.
Bomb on the other POV onto KA.
Yeah.
He's in 7th now.
Can we switch to K, please, since top 3's, yeah.
Yeah. Another one.
TC. No.
Oh,
Oh, EXO actually top 4, I think.
they're top
Yeah.
4. No
Oh
way.
no. Oh wow. Still,
Race
Miles
over
going
for
4. I
him.
think he has shock, but I mean, all they're gonna do is be able to beat 4th. They
Shock.
dodge.
Switch
Solar
to Artie's
dodges.
POV. Let's see how many people can beat Artie, if any.
Solar
Oh,
dodges.
he's coming with greens.
He greens. Oh, he greened Max. No
He
way.
green Max. What a
And Eon though.
wow. It's
L
not
bottom
enough.
2.
I mean, yeah. It's a good shock. It's a huge shock to keep them in the lead. Well, keep them with a decent lead, but wow. If they didn't get that shot, it's top 4 for EXO.
Jeez, but slight misplay there from Jay, just straight up going forward. I don't personally. I mean, unless they thought they were gonna call later, but still,
Yeah.
huge race.
Solar just saving the race there, but I mean, it's gonna come down to last race, only a 13-point lead. With the
Damn.
track pick, I don't know what you could pick though. DDR still up there, but you want a lower spot.
Maybe has Summit been played? I don't think so. If they
No,
think
yeah, DK
like
Summit.
something kind of more tech bagging wise, because Jay's been out bagging Miles for the most
Yeah,
part for sure.
I'm not sure how comfortable these players are with DK Summit. At least the EXO players. Is Rainbow Road? I mean, Solar in second. They're going for DDR though. I'm not a big fan of this one. I just think you wanna someone's gonna have to stop in fourth or fifth. Can't give away double goldens. But let's see where we're going for this last race. EXO making a match out of this one. We thought it could be over, but huge shock for Jay. Really good shock call, but Miles gets the second one because Jay goes forward. DDR is the pick. EXO with the momentum. Can they clutch it out?
So they up 13. So basically, L L gets first here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 would tie. If L just gets first, the worst case scenario is to tie.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I'm not a big fan of this pick, but Artie does what I want him to do: get into last place
And
and
gets
pull the
Bill.
bill.
There you go. Oh, that sucks,
Oh,
but still, that's
okay.
smart. Jay's probably getting shocked now. He's already 10.
It's a good bagging track for
Oh,
him, but
he fell
oh,
off.
he's
I think. What is he doing? I can't tell. That's
maybe
weird. I
he's
think
lagging.
he's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
I guess he
there it
lagged.
goes.
Okay,
He
that was
stars
weird.
Miles, spam
Blew up for
blue.
Yoster. Oh, they
Oh
tried to
no,
stop. What?
what are the baggers doing? Someone has it?
Yeah, looks like
Miles?
Miles has.
No way. Miles got that box and he's
Yeah.
pulled it already. The
Wow.
bill box. Not a bill box for Miles. Oh yeah, because Bill's already in play and it might be used here.
Wow. Yeah, no shock coming in either. So L 100% has shock.
Solar in
Solar
first.
holding first, but he
Has to
already
give it
should
up.
be able to outline. I would imagine Artie's faster than Solar here.
Yeah, Solar has to do really well here. KA has golden and fifth on our other POV if we switch there. He's gonna get up there and I mean if he gets if he makes it he should have a good seat in this race to try
Yeah.
and win this war.
Just
Or
holding down
see-
first. You can't get sniped here.
Will a blue
Oh,
come
Artie.
out?
Artie actually still ahead on his screen.
Gets the low trick there. If he went into the sky that might have been over.
Oh.
Artie,
Oh.
no, he couldn't avoid it. It
Alright.
could. There's
Blue
the
out
blue.
though.
Justin's here though.
With
Need a
shock in
snipe onto
place from
Justin.
L. Oh.
Oh
No
wow, he
way.
missed.
Okay, he
But
still gets
still,
first though. If this team can
first.
get like the 1, 3, 4,
But
this is
Solar's
still
here as
winnable.
well. We can see the Daisy. They might call shock. Bill
Oh,
is in
Bill?
play again. No
I-
call.
L wins. Yeah.
Yeah. A late shock might matter. I don't think it will.
Nah, I think that's still a dub for L. Wow.
They had blue after already failed. They had Bill as well. I'd assume it's a EXO Bill because they didn't shock. I think. I mean, it might be 1-3. Max took cut at the end. I don't know if 1-3-6-8 is enough. Probably not.
Wow. Close war. EXO coming back though, but
One
can't
three
let it
six
discourage you.
eight
That
ten is not. Yeah, it's definitely not
the
enough.
second half of the war definitely shows that they can win these next two matches easily.
Yeah, I mean, wow, that KC race should have been top 4, but Jay was playing it safe. I mean, when you're down, you probably just don't want to risk losing shock there because, I mean, I guess he made the right play going over, but in the end, it might have cost them, as well as many other things. Like, don't get me wrong, that wasn't why they lost, but it's definitely one to remember, as well as the Waluigi Stadium race, double bill for KA. If he gets gold in there, that's a way better race. But I think L2, I'd say L2 still deserved to win that war, even though last few races were pretty shaky for them. I think they played better overall. Like the first 3 races we watched were L2 dominating despite the J Shock, so. And I think we gotta give them a round of applause for their efforts here, and hopefully they can move on to D2.
Yeah, shot count Shot count that match, 4 for Jay. I don't think any in ninth unless TF was, or unless TF or KC was. I'm not sure. And 5 for Miles, but 2 in ninth. Like 2 we could tell were definitely in ninth. So yeah, not a huge difference like I thought it would be, honestly, after the first couple races.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, the one thing we won, it was a close match, and we definitely got that. DDR pick, I don't know, because Solar got up there lap 2. It came down to the shock. You'd expect Jay to get shock, and he didn't. Especially knowing, I'm not sure if the timeline is right. Like, already got Bill. By that point, I'd assume the baggers have already gone past the first set. So maybe Miles just risked the box in ninth, and without knowing
Yeah.
the team at Bill just got golden, got shock. Easy as that.
Mm.
Another thing was, we saw a lot of action between the two baggers, and nobody, I don't think anyone lost the shock that war. Even though they were on Waluigi Stadium, one of them could have lost shock. Then at Sherberland, they were super close to each other. Even on DDR, if Miles loses that shock, it could be game over. We saw them do
Yeah.
some weird dance there, but Miles just, with his lag, I guess, survives on multiple
Yeah,
occasions.
two huge race changing ones, just DDR and Stadium, or war changing, I should say.
Yeah.
Um,
KA hosting next race or next war. I don't even know. Can we get the table up on stream? I don't actually know what the indes were looking like. I think Artie MVP'd, but
Also,
I wasn't paying attention.
if any of the viewers want to bet their, I guess, MK boards points, there's another, what's it called? Another prediction on the stream going for who will take match 2. Currently heavily in favor for EXO, L having match 1. Any prediction changes after what's it called? Any prediction changes after that match, Zesty?
I mean, I'm gonna stick with EXO because I think whatever you're gonna post, Cynical, I think it's race 11, the race 11 one, not the race 12 one. But yeah, prediction wise, I'm still going with EXO. There's a lot of hope in that second half of the war for them to come back, and Jay's just the better backer. Like, we just saw how dominant he was against Miles, and if he just gets more shocks that he deserves, in my opinion, he'll win
Yeah,
the war.
yeah. Although he made a couple minor misplays, he just overall played better than Miles. It doesn't always work out in your favor in the bag department. So
Like, going into this season, yeah,
thank you.
table on stream, we'll talk about it a few, like, going into this season. Okay,
Ooh, did Zane sub in? Because that's what I was gonna ask when my Zesty was done.
yeah, Zane subbing in for match 2 for, I don't know, they can't hear Cynical on stream, right? So Zane subbing in for match 2 over Spart. This is their best lineup in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
now we saw Spart on the table, 76 points. Not bad, but I think Zane can do better. I think the chemistry's better with Zane in lineup. More frontal presence. I think they only lost out by 12 with better shot luck, with a better player in the lineup. I
Mhm.
think we might go to match 3.
Yeah. Uh, already MVPing. I don't remember if I said match 1 or 2, but I said he would MVP 1. So there we go.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, already played that match pretty well. I thought. I mean, had some huge plays, like obviously the hop dodge being the more memorable one, but he made some pretty good plays.
yeah, definitely. A player that we don't really talk about because he didn't play last season and S1. Usually you have Tekken to talk about for S1, but they don't have Tekken this season. Someone's got to step up, and it's looking like RD's gonna be that guy this season, regardless of whatever division they're gonna be in, come the end of
Yeah.
this qualifying match.
Whew.
Looks like 10 in the room. We're gonna get started very shortly here. No lineup change for L2. I don't think anyone played bad enough to warrant one if they had a sub ready, which I don't think they do.
Hmm.
Thing about L2 is they just run whatever lineup they can pull. Like, from what I've seen in their chat, it's just whoever can play can play. Like, even Rush, someone not a lot of people remember anymore. Rush Wheel player who hasn't really played a lot, was in contention to play this match just so they can play. So they weren't really being picky about not having Malone, not having their best lineup out. They're confident enough that this group of players can beat EXO no matter what the lineup is. And Eon in his debut, a huge contribution here, getting them to match 1 victory and hopefully match 2 one as well.
Yeah, the very entertaining match to watch. Very excited for the next one.
Yeah, it looks like I know K not a fan of Maple Treeway, so if they get their DDR pick here, well, I guess it is 12th race, so they wouldn't need to even pick Maple Treeway at all. So let's hope this I don't know what track it picked there. I kind of missed it, but if it is RBC, let's hope it goes better. It is RBC, because last time K just ran it up. Let's see what EXO can do this time. Swerve strat here from KA. What do you think about how to play this in first? Do you have any strats on how to play this?
Just swerving left, hopefully bumping their second is usually the play. Like very hard left, but the thing is, if you do that and you miss the full start boost, you
Yeah,
give
but
them
looks like
first.
the strat worked for KA. He's
Good
first with
tight.
a little bit of a lead here. No drafters, but 2-3-4 here. Yasher taking cut in a mega.
He's gonna have
If
to
he
concede.
Oh yeah, he concedes this time, not risking it at all. Makes the best play there. Let's stick with KA here. Let's see if he can survive this opening lap. Not gonna risk cut. No POW.
Oh.
But
He probably has protection, but
yeah, there's no
still
way he
worth
just
a
did that,
try.
right? Okay, good. That would have been a horrible way to start the war. Miles going forward and on Funky.
Here, I think, so L's 2-3. I really think that what they should do here in 2-3 is backspam a lot. I know first is in sniping range, but it's very, like, they're just getting 4 or 5 boxes directly behind them. Obviously, you got a TC, but usually you would want them to not get 4 or 5 boxes 1 second behind you. I would probably
Yeah.
backspam a lot there.
Oh, that's
Squay's gonna have to let him ahead. Okay.
Yeah. Another TC.
Another TC. They get lucky
Plus,
here, but
Miles has shock as well. Miles went forward really early in this race. So he has to have it.
oh, Mouse was funky.
Yeah, he did. I saw Miles wish like he was going forward super early in this race. We saw target power on the other POV, which was lagging. We also saw blue onto Yasher on the other POV, so Yasher's race from bad to worse here.
This is where K should hold this green and double back before the bridge. They're 2-3 and maybe 2-3-4. Yeah, they're 2-3-4. Just a guaranteed hit. His fib might still be there. I don't remember, but
Let's see from RD's POV what he decides to put
and
back.
he double backs. Nice.
Let's see if he gets any hits. Bomb.
Yep, hits
He
2 of
gets
them.
double hit.
Perfect. Even though they bombed the rest of L, L has shock. They're still close in it because of those back spams.
But that's,
so
a huge bomb because now they're forced to shock in the boxes. They might have had a mega that got bombed out of them.
Already getting a
makes
gold,
huge
making the
play.
right play.
What a play there. This might win them the race.
EXO's pretty dead, but actually L's 1-3-4.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, they got
Really
like
good chains.
triple shrooms in 6-7. That's pretty lucky.
Need a bomb.
A golden,
fifth.
nice.
Not gonna. Oh, I thought he might have went for rail for the push
rough.
off.
Yeah.
Justin,
okay.
more shrooms. 1-3-5 to start off this war for L, and I think another shocking 9 for Miles. I don't want to say that. I wasn't really paying attention, but
Yeah.
he went forward so early. Like, I think 35 seconds into the race, he went to the hallway and he just went forwards. Really early in the race, maybe 50 seconds in. So
Very well played by K there though. If he doesn't hit those double backs, they can't get 1-3.
Yeah, that's a really smart back there. Gets 2 for 2 and kind of nullifies that back bomb because he basically back bombs of his own.
Very nice by K. K kind of carrying that race a bit.
Yeah, Artie played really well that race too. Like most players wouldn't stop there, I feel like. Or at least if they did stop, they might have just went in 6th place and got like a blooper. But he waited, got a golden, and somehow Justin and Eon still got good items. Another early Koopa Cape here from EXO. And BC3 and 135? That's the interesting one. What spots would you pick BC3 in? I know you're not a big fan of the track, but
Personally none, but like even spots, I guess. Even or mid
yeah,
spots.
135 BC3 is a new
I
one
mean,
for
they
me.
have DD. They have so many 1-3 tracks. I don't know what
And
this
they
is. I
go
guess they prefer it.
BC3. What happened here last time? I think it was
Just
like a
Justin and Solar were up there and Shock Red.
yeah.
They won.
So let's hope we get a better POV. Maybe K's plan here is just to give the viewer something they want. Not a bottom spot POV, but trying to stay up there this time.
Oh, he
Gives
drops
up the
quickly.
draft
Wow.
though. That was a fast draft, yeah. He couldn't even swerve in time. I think he's just gonna. He could go for ultra. I know K can do it. Yasha can do it in first as well, and he's gonna
Might be
go for it.
looking. Oh yeah, that's
They
gonna
kill
happen
each
every
other.
time.
No,
Nah,
Yasha,
Yoshida
he
still
made
makes
it.
it. I can't
K
believe that
makes it
alignment
too.
just made it. What? What? But
Yeah, I don't know.
2-4-5 for L, I think. I don't think they're third, right?
That was
Yeah,
such a weird beginning. Top 2 going for cut or for ultra. No
the
one
meta's
blocked the cut.
changing. Everyone's just so good at it now.
Yeah. Oh, that could have been way worse than what actually happened. I mean, last time he actually got hit by it, so a
Ooh,
little bit
this
of
bump could be
improvement there.
huge. Oh, backs it. Okay,
He
fair enough.
backs it. Okay. Jay winning again.
Bombs 2 of EXO, so definitely worth it, I think, other than possibly hitting max.
Yeah, that was a good play. I didn't realize.
But yeah,
Another
Jay beyond
ultra
10
here?
ultra. Oh,
No, he's going
shroomless.
for Shroomless that he failed.
No, okay.
No, he's not. Okay. He failed it
See what
last
already
time.
does. Cuts blocked, I think. Yeah.
He's gonna risk it, or he's gonna have someone unblock it for him.
Good team play.
K
Just
has the Mega
fifth.
right in front of him. Let's see if he tries. He's just gonna opt to hold it. Oh, now he's gonna go for him. No way!
Oh,
No way!
wow.
What a play by Artie. He doesn't even
I
know what he's
think
done.
already. Yeah.
He had no idea what he just did when he makes a huge play. So much space
Wow.
now. Solar all on his own. Oh, ground trim from last lap. He might have known about it because it was. I think he was the one who got bombed. I
I
don't
can't
know
believe
who
that
has
just
shock.
happened, but good.
Oh,
Oh.
he doesn't get swamped this time. No shock yet.
Yeah,
Yasha
I guess
probably in
Jay
first.
might be holding it.
This target just not really powering anyone in the top 4. K's
Hey,
gonna make
makes
cut.
it. They shock after. What?
They
K is the second
no
now,
way.
solely with a TC behind Max. That TC pass is huge. It decides if they get 2-3 or.
It should have
you know,
been so much
second.
better. Should be top 2
And
after
Solar's getting
this.
TC'd.
Yeah. They waited way
Just
too
play
long.
really safe if you're okay. Oh, the back bomb on 2 EXO though.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta look back at this race. This should have been better. K should never be able to make that cut. I don't think that was a L bomb. I think it was Max's bomb.
Yeah, that's that was such a weird race. I mean,
I'm just rewatching this on the stream. I don't. That was not how I expected that to go with EXO having shock. Oh, I think it might have been Eon's bomb. I'm not sure, but regardless, 2358 is pretty good considering K like has to get TS there and he doesn't.
yeah,
Cause we saw
maybe a
Zayn go around.
miscommunication there.
Zayn dodged and went around. Like he wasn't confident in whatever cut, like any of the cuts. He just went around and kind of cost him the race by not calling it fast enough. Well, that's a strange one too. Like in that case, maybe Zayn's too far to know about them taking cut. Someone has to, like, someone has to call it there. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be the Dodger. Someone's got to call that shock, and it doesn't come early enough.
Yeah, I don't know. They had to miscommunicate. I know they powed, I think, but
Oh yeah,
You
I
just have
guess
to shock for
that's
safe
why. Yeah.
measure.
Like if you see anyone lying for the cut, you have to call it. Like there's no baiting on the regular cut. You can bait on the ultra by just jumping off, but he was lining up there for at least a second. They missed it. They missed their opportunity, and that's a race we could look back at the end of this war if they end up losing, because it could be top 2 the other way. Instead, only 1-4. DDR is now taken by EXO, and
Ah, Clipster it.
yeah,
Nice failing too though, so not
yeah,
the
I think he
worst.
killed him. Yasha should be able to run though. Not in maybe sniping range. Is he gonna risk this nano up? He's not. So Yasha might get a free run here. Oh no, he's done the worst version of the wall glitch possible. Yeah, he hit the wide wall.
Yeah,
Gives
this
up his
is
run.
Miles barely 10, I believe. Falls off though, I think. No, he's going forward. Miles has
Oh
shock.
again! The bill box is just not bill box. That is just the Evans thing, I guess. But gets shocked there once again. Deja vu here. But this time, not gonna be pressured by Jay. Jay's just forcing a one shock race here.
Yeah.
And in doing so, he might actually catch up to Miles. Hold up. They're pretty close to each other. Blue coming in. Where's...
Golden fifth for RD. Blue hit one of the L members, I'm not sure who, but
Yeah. I think Miles might have lost it. I don't know. I can't see him on the map. I don't think he did. But... Golden in 5th here. Who's in 1st? I completely...
KA.
Oh, it's KA. So, this Golden might get him in the 1st.
Uh
Another 1v1 battle between our
I don't think
streamers
it will
upcoming.
now.
Yeah, K's
Yeah.
gonna keep 1st.
In sniping range, you
And
got
last
red
time
though.
K sniped Artie and killed his race, but he got blued for it. This time it might be the opposite way around. Nice
Gets
play
his
by
question
K.
now.
But he's gonna lose a lot of time. Artie's right on his tail. No draft. L half shock, so if anything goes wrong here, he might call it. Just
Oh
to TS
no.
him. He's gonna call it.
RD goes for Shroomless?
He makes it. They don't call it.
Professional.
What a play. Artie's just showing off. He's winning this 1v1 battle against K every time. I thought K was gonna call it, but I guess there was a shout from the back saying don't call it. There's probably a star in play there from EXO. And what a play.
Good play by him, because even if he fails that, I mean, I think he just keeps second, unless he like slams
Yeah.
into the wall.
Not a huge risk there from Artie, but what a play nonetheless. And I don't know what that shock ended up doing. Well, we got the 2, 3, 4, 6. That's what it did. Artie saving the race for his team there.
Yeah,
But
Artie's playing these
K
wars
did
pretty
really well too. Like he went up for that box and spammed it just in time. That could have been way worse for K. But Artie's just putting on a show for us here. A player we don't get to talk about enough because he didn't play last season and he's mostly known for his CT prowess, but if we see this, no matter what division it's in, it's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, very well played by him so far. I know I already said it, but still, very well played.
Yeah. Like again, I just mentioned it before. Usually it's Tekken, but with no Tekken, looking like Artie's gonna be that guy. Wait, I don't know what tracks he can run though. Like they're going Koopa Cape and Jungle Parkway. That's a solar shot,
pick.
I guess. Yeah. Not. I'm a big fan of that track, but no, we're not gonna be playing it yet.
L's up 19. That's up to date, or am I dumb? I thought we played 4 races already. I think I'm just dumb though.
Artie, I actually have no idea. I
Not
thought
yet.
Artie was on 39.
He was, or no, I think K was. Whatever. I'm pretty sure the score is right.
Yeah. Going into race 4 here. No
Did he
shroom
snipe?
for either
Ooh,
streamer.
Oh, he did
Artie
that.
tried to block the KA shroom when KA tried to block the ramp.
Yosher quickly taking over first. I don't think he has another shroom. Would have taken cut there, probably.
Yeah, that's a weird
Unless he did the first two.
Yeah, it was. He might have held his last room. I don't know why he would.
2-3.
He
If
might get
he held
Rena
his
here.
shroom, he's gonna have to use it.
I don't know why you would. There's no reason to.
But
And
it's still going.
he gets the star.
Yeah, I guess he had Sherman first. Yeah. Oh, works out. Red
Or
just never
maybe a
hit.
drop star that we can't see. I'm not sure.
Yeah, possibly.
Already holding a star in our other POV. He's probably just gonna be
He
holding this
can
the rest
take
of
over
his.
first here as long as he just makes Shrimba. So easy first.
Yeah, sure.
He has to be aware that Yosha has one item at least, so
Yeah.
possible snipe attempt.
Max is here too, I think. So it's a 1v2 in the front.
Good fib by K. You didn't see it on the. It wasn't on the stream, but K fibbed AX7 second. Anyway, already holding a Mega in 7th. Both baggers still sitting at the set, so you can assume no one has it, but maybe someone's just being risky.
Yeah, I think let's switch over to K, see if he can hold first here, because I think Artie's game plan is pretty simple, just to hold this Mega. I don't think anyone has shock, unlike last time. Trying to go for Shroom.
Maybe no shock in play.
No Shroomba. We see
Oh, we
Artie
should've
get
swerved.
bombed. Artie got bombed on the other POV, so his race not as simple as I thought. Nice pow! Yasha's gonna take over first? No, he doesn't. Maybe he missed the trick as well.
Have to back this wide. If he backs this wide, it's a hit. He didn't do it! Oh no.
Playing super safe here. Already has Bill on the other POV. No shock still. A drop star could be huge for whichever bagger can do it. Can you even time it?
Oh,
Nice
what a
snipe.
snipe. Yeah,
But
K
it's not over.
has to try to hit him more than that.
Off
Can
the
maybe
wall, maybe?
staggering.
He went for it. Oh,
Uh,
wow.
Yeah, K just can't play that character. It's not a Mogi. Yeah, it's a ward. He has to try to back him there. You have two items. If he,
Double green and he did nothing with it.
yeah, you have to try something there. I really wish, when he saw him doing Shroomba, he swerved into where you exit Shroomba, because I really think he would have trailed him there.
And, like, the thing is, there was a ground red on the red shell. Like, that has to be a hit. You have
Yeah,
to at least
like,
try it. You can just chokehold him there if he takes the
yeah,
wrong line. He played it way too safe in Yasha with one Nana and a Dream. Makes that dream happen.
great
Gets
race
first
for
place.
EXO.
And we saw that
Multi-full
shock at the end too. That actually got already fourth into the sixth. So
A
good
J
shock.
shock, I will assume.
Yeah, I think maybe Miles went too early or just kept spamming boxes and pulled it at the end. Close war so far.
Shock count currently 2-2 after GP1.
And did we see a 51 and a 48? Damn. Our POVs are on fire right now. 51 for KA and 48 for Artie. Don't know where you go from here for either team. Maybe Maple? TF, huh?
Summit Bowl as well, but I don't know if either of these teams really like Summit.
Yeah, I think we would have seen it by now. There's been a lot of good races for Summit. We haven't seen it. MC3, some MG in there. Love to see some MG gameplay, but I don't know. Wow, it's the K single MC3 pick. Something I'm known for. I always pick my own track, but let's see if it works out in this setting.
This is L's pick, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
or
K's
obviously,
single
I don't know why I would say it, assuming, but
Only K picked it. They were trying to pick MG, but K was not about that.
oh, good draft here. Gotta start this turn wide. Yeah. Already with the triple reds in fourth, 2-3-4 being held for EXO. Gonna schlag,
nice
not a
red.
bad play. He gets redded, but
That's
still,
fine. It was his own
yeah.
teammate too. Nice.
Oh, great bomb by, I believe. I guess that had to have been Zane. Zane chained a star, I believe, so could have had that bomb
Yeah.
in second. Great job by him.
Interesting play by Artie. Jumped in the cut, got Bill, and he held it. He didn't use it. That's not hitting Miles. No way.
Yeah, Miles is just getting boxed. He didn't get the box. He goldened. He's still shrooming. So
GSC for
no
someone.
bucks. No bucks 10 with Bill in play, which is huge.
Yeah. Wow, how is he trailed Solar?
I think K just
Look
has to
at this
go,
pack.
but I see EXO top 3?
Let's switch to Artie's POV. It's Eon, and it's just
1
Eon.
through 4, yeah.
Zane in first, KAT seed. So his race, he's probably not gonna get a top 4
Ooh.
spot. Free snipes here.
One of the baggers. Wait, are they? I can't tell if that's someone going forward or just whatever. I don't know.
He's throwing the whole house at Eon. He can't get anything. One through the cut here?
Oh.
No, he doesn't go for it. Late shock.
Yeah, pretty much bottom
No
3
shock.
for no 5, 6, 7. Never mind.
Oh, even later to get Max some more spots. Some late shocks doing some big damage here. Another good race, and it all came from that bomb. Hit Eon and K, and from there, Zane just ran it up.
That was race changing. That was a really perfect bomb for or from Zane. Very well done. If that bomb doesn't land, K just probably just holds first the whole race. I don't think any blue is pulled. So very good job by him.
Also,
And
I've just checked the GSC chat. There is a -5 on Miles for a Willy bump on DDR.
Oh, okay. So
So
EXO taking a pretty.
oh, maybe it was the last match. It was. Oh.
Oh, okay. So EXO
Wow.
still.
So that last war was actually closer than it was. They actually could have won that war if that top 4 went through, but
Dang. Already did shroomless like he did this match, dude. Ugh.
yeah.
But yeah, EXO playing much better this war, I think. Maybe Zane was the difference maker. I honestly think EXO got pretty unlucky last war to some extent. So
Yeah, I agree. I think like that second half of the war, they deserved to win it by much more than they actually did. But it all means nothing if they win this war and then win the next one. Momentum's on their side. But not gonna get the track pick. Going to MG for first time in the series.
all right, the first G. This is
Yeah.
you know they're probably their favorite reset track. I think L2 and just L in
Gardens,
general. So
Rumble, and Gorge. The 3 Gs here. Only on the first one, but let's make it a good one. Golden to start off with here. I don't know what item you would want. Golden's not bad. Maybe I think every other item
for Bill here is
first
worth.
set is better. Yeah.
I think. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he went for it. Doesn't get it.
Miles just goes through the boxes in 10th. Probably didn't hit a box. Jay hits a box at 9th, I would assume.
Already
But
flying here.
no, I don't think Miles getting box 10, 1 box.
Okay, going for this cut. Oh my god. Holy. I don't know. I always go for the box there. I never do that cut.
Yeah, same actually.
Max.
I think
he hits the green mushroom and he's gonna give up first.
I think Jay got shock in 9th or no. Miles has shock. He went forward. Okay.
Wow. I mean, the old strat. Usually baggers wait at that box and time it perfectly on the boost panel section. He just went for it and it paid off.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess he just got a first try in 10th there, which is pretty fortunate. He's pretty close though to Jay right now, but Jay's billing, so easy avoid.
Justin getting breaded. This is an interesting scenario here for Shock, because K they have to hold it until K passes.
Oh, are they gonna hit the fib? They hit the fib. Oh
yeah,
no. He's off. His race is pretty much over.
You just can't be hitting that. That's like one of the more obvious back swams.
Top 2 still.
Meta.
3-4. I guess if they get shrooms and L somehow miscommunicates, they could cheese second, but
just has to be a shock here. It's gotta come.
Yeah, they just shock. Yeah.
Should be
good
top
shock
2.
call for sure.
Who's
top
coming
3
up here?
Like
Yoster.
No, Yoster. There's Justin did grass. Okay.
Maybe steal second there, but I think I don't. They shocked really early.
Yeah, like, I guess the play was just Justin chain top route and see how it goes.
Yeah,
Or well,
because
that's what their play was.
it looked like neither of them had shrooms in 3-4. They could have just held it.
Yeah. Well, I guess in Justin's defense, he probably can't see them and see if they're throwing things or anything, and they obviously top two has no idea. So,
Yeah, he
but
still
top
got
two
top
four
two.
is
Yeah,
still
with a good chuck.
huge.
Yeah, top 2-4-8.
Well
KA.
played by Miles. One
Yeah,
box 10 all it took. Not bad.
I don't remember how K even got the first. I think he just golden
He
and that
did the
was it.
golden strat and yeah.
Oh yeah, Max, he got that like mushroom where he hit the green mushroom, but he survived. He like clipped up the mushroom, but he lost. He lost first off that. His race is kind of over after that. And that race could have been better. Remember that that fib hit on the so-called Jess spot.
Yeah,
That's just a race killer.
that's yeah, sad. I don't know. I know it's super critical, but like you can't hit that. It's pretty obvious. I mean,
There's no
K is
reason to
doing
risk
the
it. Like there
yeah. You
really
don't
is.
even gain that much time. K is like doing the TT strat in first. It's the only place he can back spam. So
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know why you would go for it unless he had a shroom or just trying to go fast.
yeah.
You always go for the item there, trying to win the race. But
Sometimes you just maybe he could have just been thinking hard about the other team having shock. Sometimes you just zone
yeah,
out and
that's true.
well,
We played
either way they
first.
get their track pick.
On to the second G. Grumble Volcano. Wow. I don't think it's worth
Unfortunate.
holding the fib. If you're gonna
Yeah, I
just
think
back
if
it,
yeah, if you're gonna drag, if you're just gonna show them you have a fib, you should definitely just back. But
take the
Mega, he could take the
TC.
TC.
Oh, this is not
So is
good
not
at
shock.
all. Dude, now K is not gonna be able to take cut.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Solar has a Mega or something. No, he just gets TC'd. I don't know why he did
No,
that,
that
but
was yeah.
slightly weird.
Max is taking cut. He's gone. He took the
Yeah, he's
wide route though.
holding.
Another bill. I don't think we've
Both
seen that
daggers are
many.
sitting.
This war we haven't seen that many bills. But
Probably gonna. Actually, is he gonna throw this bomb up? Well, either way, K has to know he
should
has it
get
now.
Eon here. Forces him to slow down.
EXO's top two.
One of the baggers has it. You'd expect it to be Miles who has it?
Yeah, I think I would assume it's Miles.
Let's
If
see
anyone wants
who
their box, yeah,
respawns.
it's
No,
Miles.
it's Miles again.
Wow. I'm gonna assume that was a shock 9 because Jay was not giving up boxes. They dodged
Respawn.
Yoster though.
They Justin tried to go for a sneaky respawn and none of EXO fell for it. They just
Yeah.
dodged the entire room. They
Also,
dodged
EXO
Yasha
can
and
get a
Zane.
second shock here. They're just gone
That
10.
that was not a good shock at all. K's not even K's not
Yeah,
up there
K
either.
can't get in the race. He's getting
Young's
8th.
3 of the bottom 4 are to L.
Wow, that's a
Justin's
pretty
all on his own, and he's the bottom one.
heads up play by Yoster to know to take the respawn, but that was just a bad shock, I think.
Yeah, they dodged both of them doing
And
respawn.
so early. Shock's possible to be in play right now, but Jay does not look like he has it.
And if it comes here,
They read Eon on cut, that's huge. Make him lose. Oh, he didn't even take it.
I
Okay,
think
still.
Justin's actually up there. I thought he was the bottom spot, but no, he's looking to get second or first. I think
Yeah.
second.
No way this red hits Solar, so he doesn't even
And
throw it there.
Solar actually gets fourth out of that. That's actually the best he could have done.
Yeah, good salvage out of them to get 2-4 there.
Again,
Also, just
unlucky
well
for
played by
Jay.
EXO to stay, I guess, quick on their feet to know that they have shock. They could. It would be bad for them to do it, but they could potentially call in and respawn.
Yeah, Zane and Yasher both went into respawn and they both got in. Like the shock wasn't fast enough.
Yeah.
And that
If he
that was
had TS
basically it.
Yoster, it might have been better,
Yeah.
but well, it would have been better, but you know what I mean. Race could have been very different.
Just not a fast enough shot call there basically works in EXO's favor. And unlucky for Jay there, he could have got a second shock and TS Eon. They would have got 1, 3, 4, 5 instead of whatever they got. Down 3. Going into is this the GP? Last GP?
I think we're going into race 8. Yeah, you have to be going into race 8. It's odd score.
Right. 1, 3. I didn't even pay attention. It was like 1, 3, 4, 6 or something. Or 1, 3, 5, 6. I don't even remember. Maple Treeway it is. KA looks like, I mean, they're not sure what they want to pick. Well, we've won Gorge, we've won Grumble.
Now the
Finish off
third
this side.
G.
I'd much rather watch Maple Treeway though, and we are gonna see Maple Treeway.
I just want to say, even though EXO is losing, I think they're playing way better this war.
I agree. I think they can win this war.
Yeah, no, for sure. Only
Like,
down 3, and
I
I
think they
believe L
will.
has the shot count advantage.
Yeah,
No, it's
Miles.
actually tied shot count.
Like, every time I every time I see Miles get a shot, I always think, is it in ninth place? But I'm just disrespecting him at this point. He probably got that in 10th. I don't know that. It's hard to get 10th place box there. Might have cheesed it. Early triple reds here for Solar.
Ooh, he has to be careful, or more like KS, be careful.
That's a good stop in
Box 8,
8th
triple
place. That's a
shrooms.
really that could have been a
Oh,
golden.
ground star? Fuck. Sorry, I did not mean to curse, but
Max in first. This is Max's favorite track. I do remember that for his time in L2, and I mean he's showing off why he's just running it up. And this is top 2, 4, 5 KA all on his own. Let's see what happens here. I think what happened on the other POV. I think Artie might have almost fallen off.
oh fuck.
All
I
right.
was sitting in my chair and I just pulled my leg muscle, so I had a freak out moment, but
I
I'm
thought you were
good.
reacting to something on the other POV.
No, I just pulled the crap out of my muscle, dude.
Okay.
But I'm back. I didn't watch like that lap, but I'm
Yeah.
back.
One.
Um,
I don't even know what's going on anymore. 2,
that's
3.
okay.
2, 3 here. Somehow, I mean, Max is gone, but EXO kind of fumbled the bag. People are getting to the second. I don't know who has shock. I'm assuming there's gonna a held blue, just because of how little impact EXO's having on this race. No dodge here, so I don't know who has it.
Yeah,
And yep,
EXO held
there it is,
perfect shock.
EXO.
They're first, right? I believe.
Yeah, Max is gone first, and I think one of these EXO players has the blue. They're gonna
Oh,
lose it here.
POW. That's a perfect POW for L.
Yeah, perfect. Keeps them in this race.
Oh my god.
Max is gone. If they have blue, they would have lost to POW, but if they get it back, they have a play on second. But I don't know who that second place is. I think it's
Believe
Shock
L. I
too.
think they're top 2-5, or I mean, EXO's top 2. Oh,
Shock.
shock though.
It's
TS
too
and
late.
KA. Yeah, they're gonna beat KA off that at the very least, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was thinking I was already POV. Double
Oh my.
shock there from EXO. Jay finally getting some shock study. I think that's an easy track for Jay to just beat Miles. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention if that was just a free shock in 10th or he maybe got the glitch and got it. But EXO gonna take the lead here. Max, I mean, that race was so easy for Max. One jack shot was all it took for him to be gone. Team did the rest of the work. Top 2, 5, 6, 10.
Yeah, very. I actually honestly couldn't see most of that race because my leg. I was standing up to. Anyway, good
Yeah.
race by EXO. Jesus, dude.
I hate when that happens. You have to stand up. It hurts so
Yeah.
much. You gotta stand up though.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
I thought you were reacting to something on the other POV, so I was like, what's going on? Like nothing could be that exciting at lap 1 of Maple Treeway.
Yeah, it probably sounded very weird, but well played by EXO. 2 shocks as well from Jay. Let me update the shock count.
Wonder what track to go here. Probably Moonview. Yeah, it's gonna be Moonview Highway. Last time we saw this didn't work out for L2 when they had the Moonview Highway spots, but I like top 256 for Moonview Highway, but don't think they'll get it. It's gonna be third G, Peach Gardens. Top 2, probably not gonna run. I think top 2 running is one of the worst garden strats. I think you just
So
have to
I'm
slow
sure they
down.
have one run.
One run, yeah, one run, but not second. If second goes, I think you just lose the race a lot of the time.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
Yeah,
close to
yeah,
top
yeah.
2. Okay.
First goes, second shouldn't go right away. But I think we did see that, and I don't think it's proved my point because L2 have gold in 6th, Justin up here, Solar's in 2nd, but Max up there too. So not sure. It's Zane and Max, so I guess it did work. But K should get up there. He has to
Oh.
go for the hop dodge.
Uh,
Oh wow, that would have been play of the game if he made that. But already really good position here. Starting 7th. Who's winning? I. It's Jay winning, and they use
Shock
it.
comes in. Yeah, double dodge for them. Bottom 2
He's in
boxes as
10th as
well.
well. He's in
They're
10th.
just top 4. Oh god.
Jay just gotta drive as fast as he can. Try and stay 10th.
Oh, I
Artie.
don't think I agree with
Oh,
that, but
okay. That's the I when we started the stream, I knew Artie was gonna do this sort of slag, but now he's got put in a horrible position. He has to hold POW for his other dodger, who probably has a shroom in first.
yeah,
He might
I don't
just
know why
drop
not.
all the way.
I don't know why not hold shrooms there. You just take cut in
Yeah,
third.
you gotta let your other teammates do that. If anything, you can't just give away triple shrooms to the other team. Let's see
Oh,
what Artie
good.
does. Mega. Oh,
Shock in ninth for Miles though,
Miles,
and
huge pull.
Bill. Wow.
That's a game
Oh,
saver. That's a
Solar
match
hit the
saver.
ground green on the other POV. Justin coming up, they know he has no chain though. They're still top 2, 4,
Yeah,
5 with
Solar was
Justin
the
up here.
dodge, and Solar didn't get a shroom. So that was not that good of a shock. They had to do it, but it hasn't worked out. Snipe here. This could go anywhere.
Yeah, this is.
Oh my god. Eon going up. No way. Oh my god.
You got mold, I think.
Yeah, I don't even know if I was green. Justin's gonna make it to the
Top
line.
2, 4, 5 though for EXO.
Yeah. Miles
Other
pulls a
than
lucky one, and still, it's not enough because the dodges just weren't like the
other
least
than
optimal ones.
other than Artie's slight misplay, I like they played that race really well. It was a perfect shock. They get everyone after set, TSK and cut.
Yeah,
L
in
tries to do the same
hindsight,
thing, but like
yeah.
dodging and Bill there is just so bad. And
In hindsight, I think you have to let Solar take cut. You can't risk him not getting a shroom. And we see he got 7th because they didn't let him take cut. They just shot K in the boxes instead of letting him take cut.
yeah,
Because Justin's not going to be able to do anything. He got 3rd. That's really best case scenario. And what did K even get? K didn't get shroom to take cut. They just didn't do anything. But it's hard to not shock yourself in the boxes there. And I think everyone was agreeing. Even Solar's probably like, yeah, sure, let's call it here instead of waiting.
yeah. I guess it's just the risk they took. Because realistically, though, if he gets a shroom, he wins the race. But
Yeah, exactly.
it was an
But
unnecessary risk, I
it was like
think.
a 5th place chain. Not the best odds. Like, why not make it 100% if you can? But doesn't work out for them, and EXO trying their hardest, playing a really good match so far. Could go a distance.
Yeah,
Sure
huge
to
track
win.
pick.
Yeah, that could keep them in the match.
Pretty much in EXO's position. They just have to get a ginormous race.
Let's start off with Artie's POV. I'm interested to see what he does in 5th, because he has to stop, right? But let's see if he, like, Artie's smart enough to, he's not gonna move. He's gonna get this 8th place box no matter what, if you like. And yeah, they don't
Yeah,
even contest it.
good
Last time was
play.
Yostra with the bill, but this time Artie with the golden. Gonna
I'm still
hold it.
hold it.
He's just trying to
strange,
stay
but
8th, but KA not gonna let that happen. He's not even. I guess he's just waiting till next ice path. Or not using it in the cave.
good golden hole though. It's working out. So
Solar in first though. Solar got shrooms in 7th, so not stopping for that 8th place box has worked out for him. I think he might go here.
he's still holding this.
He's risking a POW. He's gonna lose this a POW, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen anyone do this. Like hold it this long.
It might work if his team has POW. Jay's falling off the track. Miles is what? Why is Miles there and Jay's here? What the hell?
Okay, well here goes Artie.
I
Should catch up to Solar.
yeah, it somehow worked.
He had Penguin because he had to break the red, I
yeah.
guess. Unfortunate, but
I
Artie's
don't know how he
first.
was defenseless there, or only fib. Scumbagger fell off the track. I think this is Jay. Miles could have it on the other side of the track. Miles probably has it on the other side of the track. But yeah, Artie's gonna run this up in first. Let's switch to K. We haven't seen much of K this race. Golden in
Golden in
5th.
fifth,
He
nice.
just pulled that. He was not holding that.
Shock in from Max, bill dodging.
Max?
I don't know if I
He
agree
had
with
no
this
shock.
though.
Why?
Yeah, I don't. This is one of those tracks where if you shock early, they can just get shrooms. And it matters a lot. And they're probably fell
Oh
off,
no.
but they're probably gonna target Pow. He didn't fall
He's
off, but they're
still
probably gonna
on.
target Pow
Yeah.
here, or just Pow, I guess.
That's a. Again, not.
I think they should have target Pow'd, honestly. I don't know.
Agree with that pal, but he got a really good chain, unlike last race. But already good backstem here. We see this daisy spin out. This is top
Yeah.
3. Blue coming
Blue
in.
though.
You might
Maybe
see a
super
late
late
shock. It's gonna be
Nah,
top
if they hold
2.
this,
Maybe,
they just pretty much win the
wow.
war. He hits Penguin,
No.
yeah.
That's yeah. That could have been top 4, but that green, I think it was on Artie who had the TC. If he gets past, it's top 4. But that's exactly what you need. Maybe that's why they called it just secure top 2, but not really. It was very strange, but it worked out. I don't know why they called it. I can't really hate on them. They got top 2 out of it. It just doesn't make sense to me. The POW, they could have done way more with the POW. The shock was weird, but it all works out. Top 2, 5, 8 puts so much pressure on L2. They have to win these next few races.
Yeah, honestly, I guess the golden was well played. I personally wouldn't have held it, but I mean, if L gets Power though, Solar just keeps first. I really don't know. It worked out in that situation though, of course.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, would you? I don't think you'd even risk calling shock. Like, if you call that shock in a war that we play, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it was.
There's no
I don't know,
need.
make or break, I guess. You just give time for Miles to luck another shock, and I mean that track we made the mistake so many times of shocking early, and the other team just
Yeah.
catches up.
And it was just a build dodge, I think. Maybe Zane or whoever else got top 2 dodge in the front that we didn't see, but no, because Artie.
Nah, it was
blue.
only the bill.
I don't know. Maybe they were forced to. Whatever. They won the race. It's not like they got destroyed. So BCWii GV2 already from Solar. I don't know if there's gonna be a sub from L2 if this goes to match 3. I think they had someone up. I don't know what time it is for Solar. It's too late, too early.
I think
Maybe
Solar can play all 3, right?
Yeah, might be some problems for other people in this lineup, but BCWii, they get another pick. First, I don't know what the deficit is. I need to do some quick math here. I think it's 46, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they need a huge race. They need first, and EXO should know that. So just play for first. And they're probably gonna get desperate. If K has a chance to go for glitch, he will go for it, but it is blocked. And he gets a TC afterwards.
Yeah.
Could be the beginning of the end if he doesn't pass this. Yoshers has a golden or triple shrooms. Fails Powder, it doesn't matter. Top 2's pretty safe for now. Solar the only hope at the moment.
All EXO really has to do here is just get first or some top 2 spot. Like, they do
Yeah.
that and it's already a dub.
Artie just staying in 8th. That's exactly the experience play you'd expect from Artie. Just make it as hard as you possibly can. Play this race itemless if you have to. Hold a star in 8th. Almost always secures a dub in this situation. Okay, just getting thrown around. Artie dodges the red. He might stop here. He's not gonna stop yet. I don't. Yeah, he gives up the bill on our other POV. He gives up the bill
Yeah.
by not stopping.
Goes for
Unblocks
glitch.
the glitch for the other team as well.
Yeah, it's kind of unnecessary, but it's fine.
Again, we're in this situation where they actually neither player
No
knows what
shock
the
in
other
play
has.
as well.
Artie might go for a stop star if he gets hit by something, and okay, he's not gonna be happy if that happens.
Jay's gone 10 though and makes Hawk, so they're probably just getting shock.
Yeah, it's first as well for EXO. Unless it's Justin up there. I don't think Justin got up there. Bill in play.
Billing?
God,
Miles got one box in 9th and did not pull, so.
blue is held. This should be the war right here.
Yeah. Okay, he's dropped into the fireball. Yeah, it's pretty much GG's. Solar didn't go for glitch. Kind of need to, but it's fine.
It's super blocked. It looks like. Yeah, this should be. I mean, all in all, it's a really well played race and a well played war from EXO, and
Yeah.
we kind of saw it coming with the way they played at the end of the last war. At least I expect this result, and
hmm
it's gonna be 1-4-5. Doesn't matter at the moment. Just move on to match 3. They get the host, which doesn't matter in 12th race, but they have all the momentum. Jay's feeling himself now, getting some shocks. Team's actually using some good shocks behind it, so well-oiled machine this time around. And I mean, what was the problem for L2 this time? I can't like
Uh,
frontal presence. No, I don't really
well,
remember.
definitely they lost shot count by. Let me check. They lost shot count by 4 that war. Uh,
Yeah, huge difference.
um. K definitely wasn't up there as much as he was the first war as well. Already also just straight up outplayed him a couple of times, like getting first
Yeah,
in DDR, for example. They really needed K to be more aggressive with his backstem. You can't just like do things like hold 2 greens and first on KC. Like,
right.
just know you have to be aggressive.
And it's the
Backstemming a
Zane
lot is
difference as
very
well.
important.
Zane on 94 after 11, so Zane came in, helped his team see another match, trying to secure them their D2 position, but safe to say that Council did not make a mistake by putting these two against each other. Really close matchup, and you'd expect whichever team to stay D3 to have a good chance of winning it. Have a
Yeah.
DC here, probably just a forfeit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to use the bathroom, so I'll be right back again in between matches. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to take a break if that is an option. Alright, we'll be back in a few. Match 3. We all wanted it. We all got it. L2 EXO 1-1. Who will stay D2 or who will move into D2? We'll find out in about 10 minutes.
And we're back from our break from match 2, which EXO won by about 40. Anything you want to say about that match at all, Zesty, or?
Uh, not about the match, but just this scenario. We've never had this scenario in Mario Kart, at least not in a long time. They're playing to play in Division 2. Like,
Yeah.
we've never seen this. Like, we had the promotion relegation thing that Lightspeed and Five played and some other clans played, but it didn't really mean anything. Both teams ended up getting D1 this season anyways. This is a huge match. It really decides your entire season and how it's gonna go. And both teams we've seen are going for it, and it's a really interesting dynamic. We've never had a match have this much pressure outside of a finals match. So really interesting. Shout out to GSC for coming up with this format. It's been a really fun one to cast.
Yeah, super unique idea.
Think we are again waiting on the baggers. I think. I don't know. I don't even know who we're waiting on. Jay, maybe? Don't know what's going on. Same thing happened. Match 1. Probably taking a breather, but I think your prediction won't change. I'm assuming you're still going with L2. I think. I mean, the way they played with Zane, the way Jay just got better, or got more shots. I think they'll just win again. I think they'll take this reverse sweep 2-1 here, stay in D2, and maybe, I don't know if this is a bad thing that they even dropped the match if they stay in D2. Like, I think a lot of teams in D2 would struggle against this L2 lineup.
Yeah, predictions are up, by the way, for anyone who wanted to predict again, but yeah, pretty interesting. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, we've never seen anything like this. The only thing I wonder is, was EXO really like the best fit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I remember L2 mentioned they wanted to play like, or well, they mentioned a few other teams. Like they said they could try to play UC, for example, but it's turning out really well and really fun. So.
Yeah, I think they got it right with the two teams involved in this qualifier match. I think EXO has the worst roster. When we could talk about it now, since we're gonna have to wait anyways. I think Zenoki, Ayanami, Yasu, Storm, even Henry, put Henry in that lineup, and then I don't. Mephisto as the bagger is probably better than this RD Max, Zane, Yasser, Jay lineup.
Yeah, probably.
But it's not a big difference. Like I could see L taking a match off a lot of teams in that upper in D2. So not really a embarrassing thing to drop a match here.
Yeah.
But
Both teams playing pretty well, so.
yeah, really coming down to that shock battle. Pretty much every race, just like how the game really revolves around shock. We saw a few races of each war where shocks weren't as effective as we thought they should be. But yeah, it's been a really good cast so far. Waiting on Jay here. Not sure what the holdup is. Not really much to talk about other than this match. We had the Mate versus my 14, I think. Mate ended up winning that, but everyone's just waiting for the season to get started.
Yeah, what was the score actually to that Mate match? Mate and MY14, I think?
It was a blowout from what I know. My 14 ended up forfeiting. So, and my 14's the D5 team and Mate is the D6 team. So, the D6 team looking in control so far, but as we see with this match, L2 were the underdogs. They won the first match and they dropped the second one. And I'd say EXO has the advantage here, and maybe the same in the other qualifying matches. We also have BZ versus LSU tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that's an interesting one. That one I actually I think might be the closest one of the three, even though this one's been really close. I'm not sure. Like, I think Mate will win 2-0 in that series, but this series and BZ versus LSU is, I'm not sure how to call that one.
Honestly, I'm not too sure about either of those teams. I can't really make a comment, but I would imagine if the staff picked them, they're pretty, you know, they know the staff knows what they're doing. Sorry,
Yeah,
I just don't have
true.
much to say about it.
Yeah. No, I don't know what's going on. I think they're subbing Jay. It's breaking news. They're subbing Jay and Spart is gonna bag. That might change my prediction. Jay was killing the game, and now you got Spart who didn't bag last season. He has bagged in high stake matches like bagging for Team Canada, but even Team Canada hasn't really played in that high stake match. Like, they've usually get blown out. So I don't know. That's a big change. I really wanted to see Jay clutch it up. And now we have Sparta against Miles, which is two veteran baggers or veteran players. It's gonna be, I think Miles has a way better chance just because Jay's been grinding and Spart hasn't.
Honestly, no idea how good Sparta is at bagging, so should be interesting.
That actually sucks, man. Like, he could be man in a match once it's all said and done, but can't say that anymore. Only playing 2 matches. That really sucks.
Oof. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so.
I mean, we're still waiting. Spart should be joining soon. Take another break here. We'll be back with the action next time we're back.
Okay. Hello, we're back again from our third break. Jay had to be subbed out, I guess internet issues, which is why we were waiting. But match 3 is starting, so
Yeah, we're finally back. Spark going backwards this time. And not a bad bagger by any means, but probably not inexperienced, inactive bagging, rusty. Battle of two rusty baggers, but Miles has got 2 wars under his belt. Spark just an emergency sub here. I'd still give Spark the advantage just because he's bagged a lot more in leagues compared to Miles, as far as I know, or as far as I can remember. But who knows? It should be a much closer affair, bagging wise. But Maple Trueway to start off. Another thing to note, we had Zane host instead of Yoshter. Yoshter hosts match 1. Zane is hosting match 3. Already, K in first though.
yeah, one sec. I can't see my screen right now. I need just 1 second. Sorry.
Okay, all good. K in first right now. I don't know what happened to Zane. Maybe he burned out. I don't see Zane anywhere. K back in that green. I think he backed it way too tight, but that fib spot is just so good. It almost always hits between the 2 wigglers. Should be a free run here. But a ground shroom, it's such a weird topic that baggers can sometimes ruin a player's race by putting a Nana there and just ruining a front run, but
Ooh.
didn't happen this time. Justin and Artie, 2 Canadians here just in the back. Don't know what happened. Might have been Schlag from Eon. And it's top 2 here. No
Yeah,
shock.
top 2, 6. What else? It's just an 8.
Should be 8, yeah. Oh, Spark. I mean, there's that inexperience in a star when the pack is coming. Or not the inexperience, but the rustiness, I should say. No trolls, I don't think. We should switch to Artie here since K looks to have a free run. Artie, 6th place with the shroom. not much happening on either POV. He's probably gonna go up, chain this for blue, and misses the box. It's actually harder than it looks. I mean, I've missed that box so many times. And
Yeah,
he
gonna get
can't
red
dodge
though
the
by
red.
it.
Oh, he goes sideways there to not get bumped off. Good play there, but doesn't get affected. Don't know what shock status is. The baggers, I think, Spart has it. And yeah, we should switch to KA. Drop star gets split. Max in first. Top 3 here. Spart first war bagging in a while it seems like, and he gets the shock. There's a bomb here for Yoster. What can he do? Wow, that was actually really good. But I think he should have waited. Like, why would you not bomb here? And there he goes. I think there's
Ooh,
such an...
I guess they had
Oh,
another bomb.
that's why. But here's Justin. Yoster still gonna get the best of KA. KA's race is done.
3 top 2-4 for EXO.
Yeah, already in the back. Doesn't really matter. That's a huge way to start off the war.
And after just coming off like a 40-point win after 11, probably not the best for L's mental.
Yeah, the ground start could have been so much better. Miles is just a little too far away. If that's right outside the cannon, K gets that and maybe stars Max and Zane. But it's too far. It's just a little too far. And that's just one thing you'd expect Max would be able to do, but Miles just didn't place it properly.
K played that race pretty well too to hold the front. Solar was up there as well. I didn't see what happened to him, but just a great shot from EXO, obviously.
The easy shot called. There's nothing K could do. I guess he could have stopped him first, tried his best to get in cannon, force them to do something else with shock, but I think he would have died regardless. And top 2-4, great way to start on Maple Treeway. Even after Sane burned out or something in first, K had the frontal presence that we thought they didn't have last war, or not as much of it. He did it this first race out, and it didn't work out. And it wasn't just Miles getting outbagged, they're both there. It must have been 10th place glitch. And again, I think this is the same situation as race or War 1. Top 2-4 early, and then the TF chain pick. See if they get it. Last time it was L2 who got that TF pick. And they took a really, like a 40-point lead going into race 2.
Yeah.
But
Peach Beach though.
Peach Beach, another time where four L2 players pick MG, and that singular player picks. Last time was MC3 and it got picked, and this time it's Peach Beach. Will we see that 8th place drive backwards to get Bill? I think we saw the 8th place get, yeah, already on our other POV burned out, so he doesn't do the strat. Good pull here for K. Gonna hold it for lap 2, but his team's already back here. And Artie's probably gonna go for Bill on our other POV, just spamming as many 8th place boxes as he can get. Switch to, yeah, let's stay on K here, see how far he can get in this pack. Another bomb? Is that a bomb? No, it's a red.
He's
good
get
still
rid of
hit.
here.
No.
Oh,
Oh, smart again. I mean, it's happened twice in the first 2 races. It could be a troll pen for one of these baggers sooner or later. Artie doing what Artie does best. But top 2 here, pretty safe. This track pick has not worked out the way they wanted it to. It's just been a free run.
Yeah, this is.
K again on like a 1v4.
I was gonna say this before the race,
Nice
but I kind of
snipe.
forgot. Good snipe, but I'll say it right after actually.
He can do more damage here, but he can also get
has
killed.
To play safe. In
Oh
this
no.
Scenario.
Spam your item, just he gets it out in time. Oh, he goes. Oh, that could have been really bad. He went super aggro there. I would have done that, but closer to the line where there's less chance to get killed.
The thing about picking Peach Beach there is they're top 2-4. They can just get a free draft there, so
Yeah, it's just
you don't
not
golden
the
up
best
early.
luck track to
He'd have a
go.
decent lead.
already did what he needed to do. We saw Justin get killed early on. The whole team just, none of them could get up there. That lap 2 golden was only good enough to get him to third. Just goes to show how much damage they did lap 1 on a pretty short track. That snipe did get him second, and that could be all the difference here.
Yeah, that was good snipe.
This is what we expected to see.
Oop.
KA stream just went down for me, but it's fine. KA being that sole player without Malone in this lineup, they're lacking a little bit of frontal presence, and we're seeing it first 2 races of this crucial match.
I just think they have to get up there with K. K's been up there first 2 races, but it's mostly just been him.
Yeah, I mean, again, do you golden lap 1 seeing the damage that was done to the top spots? You probably hold it. You probably do exactly what K does.
Yeah.
They just made such a big break somehow. As he said, that draft just gets top 2 for free, and it's not really much you can do if you don't get multiple goldens. But again, that track didn't even have to be played. They went majority MG, and it was Miles who picked Peach Beach.
Yeah, pretty bad. I don't know. I doubt anyone wanted to play Peach Beach.
Yeah. Same thing happened last time with MC3. I think MC3 went a little bit better than that, but still, even last time they got the MG pick right after. K burning out though to start off the race. Already a really bad start. Top 3 here, and this is, I already know what Eon's thinking, or what Artie's thinking. Just slow down, get this top 2 a little bit of a break. Maybe the gap. Oh wow,
Solar.
nice
Good
snipe.
awareness to know that he'd be ahead on his screen.
Yeah, I mean, you don't.
Someone fell off dead in 8th as well.
You
It's
don't
one of the L
expect this
players.
play. You don't see a lot of people making this play, just slagging lap 1 of MG.
Fox in 4th as well. CC, okay. Could work if he somehow passes this, but yeah, no way.
Baggers are coming. Let's see if this is Miles. He's gonna try and pass it to. It's Spart. He doesn't. Wow. He misses the pass. Pow here. K not in a better position at all. He burnt out and just never caught up.
Yeah.
He's in 8th on our other POV. But we can switch to him here because Artie's gonna be holding this POW until gap jump. This is probably a chain.
Star, but whatever.
Yeah, it's gotta be a chain here.
The star in the caves to save as much time, but I guess it's not that big of a difference. Gets Bill. You're just gonna have to use it though, I think, unless they have shock.
Who is this? If this is Justin or Eon, it's Eon. Oh no.
Spart's gone 10 as well. Miles should just chain here in 9th, but he's not gonna.
Spart
might already have it. I mean, which he does.
Yep, he has it. This is just. I think K will dodge and maybe secure a good spot here, just by Justin faking a gap jump.
Yeah,
We built
glad he
really
waited
early.
as long as he did.
I thought he would wait
go for
even
gap
longer.
here. Should dodge? They didn't call it. So this is the right play. They just didn't call shock.
Yeah, I was thinking he was just gonna try and make sure he dodges and let Justin get TS'd, but I think that was the best play.
Yeah,
He
very
let
good.
Justin make the cut. And I think Zane took it behind him, so they weren't gonna call it anyways. But again, even on MG, they're just running it up. It really shouldn't be happening. It's a reset track and everything at top 2, 4, 5.
Yeah, they just did not get up as early as they needed to. They didn't really get up there at all, honestly.
Yeah, K burned out in second, and if K is not
fell
up
off
there,
after an 8th too. This
Yeah.
just can't do that.
I mean, might be. They've already lost one more. They're playing the next one after having to wait like 20 minutes. I don't know if that's made a difference in their gameplay, but EXO are just locked in right now, and even with the bagger switch, Sparta's come in and done exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah, very well played by EXO in general. Just the whole team's just They're just running and Spart's getting shocks. The only way L could have won any of those races was like a
Yeah.
shock, a miracle. There's been no blues as well, I don't think.
Yeah. They've just been dominant for and nothing to show for L2. If there's any people in the chat just doubting EXO's abilities, this is what they can do. This is why they're in the lead and potentially on their way to keeping this D2 spot.
Yeah. Gotta
And they
keep
get
doing
their
what they-
TF pick too. This is really, I mean, this could be the war right here if this is a horrendous race. Okay, gets the draft. Oh my god. He got the draft exactly what you wanted, and Miles is taking his boxes. It's all going wrong on our other POV. Artie's getting the bill. We saw on another TF race, Justin spammed that bill because his team was in good spots. Artie's not of that mindset. He's gonna hold this bill while EXO run in top 3.
Yeah, and they're just letting their back spams. Here, all EXO has to do is just drive fine and just keep double backing, just
Yeah.
keep doing it.
I just don't know if holding Bill is good here because Miles gets Bill. That's like, I don't know. I don't think it's a good play to hold Bill.
Yeah, it's pretty hit or miss. I mean, obviously if Jay gets it, they just guarantee you get the bill dodge at the end, but
I think we've seen the I played a war with Nathan today. And Nathan, when we were top 3, he just baited that he had Chuck, and it worked tremendously. If Spart does that, I think Miles is gonna fall for it and just win the race for them. But none of
yeah.
the baggers is baiting Chuck. I mean, Miles can't bait Chuck. He's in no position to do so, but
Yeah.
Spart can easily do it. We saw Blue thrown him like 20 seconds prior, but still,
Just gone.
first
Someone,
gone.
did one of the baggers go forward? Yeah, he just built predicting a TS, so I think Miles, no, they didn't go forward. I don't know what's going on then.
Yeah, he was getting stop mega, so he built. Justin trying to get up there. Oh my, there's no entering this top 3.
Gotta hope for a last second shock. One of the baggers has it. They went all the way back. And it's Spart.
It's Spart. This is not good at all. This
Yeah,
could be
this is
top 3s.
a rough
He's gonna
GP.
survive. A last second shock to get some spots for Zane. Oh my. This is not really what I expected, but I expect the EXO to win, but not like this. They're playing unbelievably. You can clearly see the difference between the teams now, which we weren't seeing in the first 2 matches.
Yeah, very well played by EXO. Just running. Obviously, they're getting their track. Well, no. Actually, L got 2 track picks. EXO got 2 track picks. So just really well played by EXO. Just running everything and it's working.
Dual 50s, like that's how you know you're on your game right now. Max and Yoster just killing it right now. It's Spart. I thought he'd be rusty. It's an 89 to 155 GP. Wow. I said this could be the beginning of the end if this is a big race, and that was a big race.
Yeah, it's super. Just I don't even know if L can come back from this. EXO overall probably the better team, both as a team and just individually. Every player except for like K and K probably, but
Yeah.
it's gonna take a lot of. They're gonna need shocks. They didn't get a shock that GP, so I don't
Yeah,
think.
they needed a shock to just get this war going for them. BCWee, if they just chain picks, they keep doing it. They're just winning on everything. They get their pick, but I'm the way they're playing, I think they'd win on Gardens too. See if they do the or the triple back strat in first. See from KA's POV what happens here. I think everyone knows it's coming, and it's just that good that people still do it, and that's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
just so hard to avoid.
And
Even if you do it and only hit one of the other team, it's worth.
yeah, because there's just no way to punish unless they lag a box in 4, 5, 6.
But K gets Bill, so if honestly, if I'm Miles, dude, Spart might just go for Hawk and mess it up. He just respawns before him, and he'd barely be 10th.
One of the baggers
But
already has a break.
Yeah, it's Spart. Spart's gone 10.
Okay,
Spart goes for
Billings.
Hawk. Spart maze Hawk.
Wow.
Made
And he's
Hawk,
gonna get
so
this box because he
yeah.
makes it while Bill is in play. Nice dodge on the Nana.
Good
And he
fib.
gets the fib off. But it might not be. It might not mean anything if Spark gets the shock. I think he's falling off though.
Blue though from EXO.
Yep. Doesn't go off the edge, luckily.
Top
And
2.
top
Still
2.
well played so far. Solar though, their glitch taker, dead 8th.
Yeah. Switch to
Smart
Artie
doesn't
here.
have it, by the way. Just fell off.
Artie probably just gonna go for blue. TC glitch? Oh, he can't even go for it. Someone else did on
Oh.
his team. Stop glitch, Yoster fails it as well?
I just did this so much time since he failed it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know who's last. I think it's Solar who's failed glitch again. Yeah, Solar's dead last. And
Hey,
K
it's a
hits the
Nana.
from last lap. That was the one Max tried to snipe him with.
Yeah, that's just not being aware, sadly.
Oh, we can stick to
And
K's
EXO's is
POV.
top 2 off of that.
It's just not going their way. There's a shock at probably. Well, if they were top 2, that's a L2 shock. Let's see. I think it was Yashu who got TS'd. But, I mean, you can't even. When you can't tell which team uses the shock, that's how you know it's not really doing anything.
Oh,
Shroomless? Oh man. They're down so much. Those type of players are just the plays you need to make.
yeah,
It's
but
pretty weird saying that after race 4.
I feel like, yeah, when it's this early, you just have to stick to how you usually play. Like, I mean, in this case, I think going for glitch is right, because you're not going to beat anyone, but I just hope they don't get too desperate and start doing stuff like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like that Nana hit doesn't happen. If this is a close war, I feel like he's just not thinking about that. No one on his team's thinking about it, and it costs him the race. I think Eon or Justin dodges that shock, or I don't know. They had to call it there. Because
Yeah.
Solar just had one of the worst races of his career, it seemed like. Yeah, it's 2-3.
3. Well, I guess the best way to look at it is you keep them from completely breaking away. I mean, they're pretty gone, but let's say they get the race they could have got, which is top 3. They get top 3 and their war is just over. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so bad. But for EXO, they're playing unbelievably. Like, ever since race 6 of War 1, or like race 7 of War 1, I think they've been the better team.
Yeah, they've just been playing super well.
And if you think about it like that, that's what, 24 races we've played, a little more, 28, 30, something like that. And they've been the better team for 24 of those. I mean, that's the difference
Yeah.
between D2 and D3. And Spart's just doing it, man. He's that hawk strat to get that box while Bill's in play. He didn't get it there, but I said he was inactive, hasn't bagged in a while, and he can do hawk strat while he's rusty. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, super just. Sorry, I just zoned out. They're just better. They're just the better team, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
not much L
Not
can
much.
really do. I mean, Cage shouldn't hit that Nanan first off, but other than that,
Yeah, like the shock might not. The shock usage will be way different if he doesn't hit that off. And it's just going from bad to worse for these guys. BC3 here. You need a big race, and this is a track where you can get a big race. So just gotta
yeah.
hope some ultra fails, some
Oh gosh.
trim cut fails, just everything. Yosher going for it again. He went for it, I think, every time, and he
Yeah,
makes it
Yoshi's
every
made
time.
it. I think 3 for 3 this twirl. Like,
Yeah,
first lap 3 for 3. He's playing super well on this track.
no one
and
can
just,
stop him. He shroomed through the grass there, or that little cut. I'm not sure if it's worth doing that. Maybe holding the shroom to take it next lap is better. But 1-3. I think K is gonna get killed here. No, he
With the wall,
gets
but
the
broke
wall
it.
though.
Sparks 10, I think. Yeah, Sparks 10. I mean,
Nice
literally
Anna.
every player on EXO's team is just playing. Oh,
Oh,
nice green. Wow.
wow. Artie's. I mean, every time Artie and K face up, it's Artie who's winning every time. Artie
Yeah,
gonna
now
go for
he's going for
Ultra?
Ultra.
Man,
Oh, wow.
man,
Nice.
these guys are unbelievable right now.
Yeah, they're just playing like the
And K
best.
failed it right behind him, as you can see on the minimap. That's just the difference between the teams. Artie, Yoster, Max, Zane, they're on fire right now.
They're playing the best Mario Kart I've seen them play. Like we scrim against them a lot,
Honestly,
and they just
honestly,
like
yeah.
they just look like a completely different team right now with this lineup.
This just should be over. This top two gone. We can switch to K, see what he can do, but there's really nothing you can do.
Just back to bomb in the hole, so it's nothing. Uh, let's see. EXO top 2, right? Or are they top 3 now? I can't see where Justin is.
It's top two gone, Artie and Yoster. Max and Zane back here, but another TC for KA. Well, I can't even say another TC. He's just been in the back way more than he should. A TC for KA. No, he's not gonna go for Ultra after failing at lap 3 or lap 2.
Just shrimless. Nice
He
make.
makes it. It's not gonna
But
mean
they're just,
anything though.
yeah.
Artie's trying to time a green on the other POV. He gets it. Wow.
Yeah, EXO had held blue, so I think
Paparazzi on the
they're
other screen. He tries.
they get blue
The
down the
blues
line.
come. Oh my, these guys just having fun now. They're just paparazzi, shock, blue, everything. I mean, the confidence to go for Ultra Lap 2 is just, that's what separates the teams right now. They're playing so well.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it's there's no luck difference or anything. Spark's been 10 for how many races have there been? He's been in 10 for like 21 laps.
Yeah.
EXO's been first for every race except for Maple. Like they're just straight up playing better by a lot too. So
Yeah,
yeah, Ella can't complain. They just aren't playing well.
yeah, this is a performance that may change the view of, at least for me, it's definitely changed my view on how EXO is going to do this season. I thought
Yeah.
L2 had a pretty good chance. I still had EXO to win this series, but they probably finished last in D2, but I don't know anymore. Yoster's playing really good. Artie's better than I expected. I knew he was going to be good, but he's been unbelievable right now. Better than KA.
Yeah, I don't even see him play very often. So
Exactly.
imagine if he's just de-rusted for the season. He's probably gonna like be a runner for MVP.
Yeah.
Someone like him or Yasuo or something like that. I don't know who like the clear MVP runners would be in D2 because there's a lot of good players.
It's
but-
probably Leops.
Oh yeah, if he plays a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if that team doesn't play Leops every week, or if he can't play every week, then that team, I feel
Yeah.
like they'll lose every war without Leops. But Jungle Parkway, weird pick. They need something to go their way. Doesn't matter. The track doesn't matter at this point. They just need some good plays. They haven't had anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing to complain about from an LPOV. You've just been outplayed, really.
Yeah, another super comebackable track though with obviously the cannon all 3 laps for potentially huge shocks, but I'm sure EXO will do a good job of being aware of that.
Yeah, this is already not looking that good. Solar, you need someone to be up there. That bridge is just gonna be blocked if no one's up there. Looks like Spart is winning again. Spart, I mean, at this point we just have to assume Spart's gonna win the rest of the
Yeah.
war.
Getting that pow's pretty good because the only way they really lose top 2 is just getting target powed. So
Yeah.
they have to
K.
pow there. Okay.
Oh, he's used the power already. And K is just gonna get up here for free.
Yeah,
This
I
would
think
be a
that-
prime power spot if they had him.
Yeah, I think they should have known that. You know, obviously L's bottom spots, they're gonna have someone come up, so they could have easily gone on this cannon here, but already just dodges anyway.
Spart
They're
is
top 3.
Spart J. Doesn't matter who's bagging. They're just making a fool out of Miles right now.
I think shot count currently is 5-0.
Yeah, and you could see it in the score. You'd have to guess that's the shot count right now. Ooh, Eon's done really well here to get back in the first. K can get some side reds and it's not looking that bad.
He's gonna
Miles,
ret himself.
oh
Yeah.
my god.
Knew it as soon as he threw that. It sucks.
Yeah, that that's not good.
If Spar has shock here, I mean they probably just won't even use it. Oh,
Oh, it's an EXO shock, just trying to get back in the first. They get two of
they
L2
top three
in.
then,
Yeah, it
I
should be
believe.
top three. Already in last under POV, we can't really see much. He's dead. And
And a
oh
perfect
wow,
double back. Very,
perfect.
very well played.
They're just putting on a clinic every race. There's just something to compliment them about. Double shock for Spart. The back spam is on point. Like at
Yeah,
this point, you just kind of want this to end.
super well played there. I mean, if that's one thing I feel like some teams don't do enough is like when you dodge in your top spots, you know they can get stream items to catch up. So double backing is just necessary. And EXO match one didn't do it, but I think they clearly adjusted. And they've been doing that a lot more.
Yeah, it's just everything is going their way. They're just playing better. They're getting the shocks, and you'd expect this sort of result if both things are going EXO's way.
Yeah, and I mean, EXO going into this was the better team, I would say, but I had faith in L pulling off the upset, especially after match one. But EXO just shutting me up and showing me that this is the difference between a D2 team who could potentially make playoffs and a D3 team. Even though L was in the D3 finals last season, they're just getting owned.
Yeah, yeah. There's not much to say. They are. I just keep complimenting EXO, and I just have to. There's nothing to say about L's performance right now. Like
Yeah,
if
I'm
this was
also
match two, they'd probably have forfeit by now.
to talk about individual people. I'm super impressed with Artie because I always thought he was like decent, right? But then this war, he is going off. Like he's making great plays that are like literally race deciding. And DDR doing Shermless, Goldmine hop dodging, slagging when it makes sense. Like he's just playing super well for the all three matches.
Yeah, and I was worried that this EXO team wouldn't have what it takes to play in D2, and wow, they are playing some of the best Mario Kart I've seen them play.
Yeah, very good job to them. Props because they've basically won this match, obviously.
Yeah, just like I'm not even sure if EXO is gonna lose a race this war. That's how good they've been. All comes down to shock, and Maz has just not got that shock and ninth luck that he kind of needs to compete. And who knows, maybe Spart has been pulling them in ninth? I just doubt it though. We've seen him so far back on almost every track. GC and Mario Circuit, just some desperation tracks right now.
Yeah, but it's basically over. Even Miles is bagging too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't have to all run yet, but you just have to hope for some miracle at this point because EXO's playing the best they've ever played. Well, not, I shouldn't say that. That sounds rude, but you know what I mean. They're playing really well. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, should have worded that better.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if you'd be wrong though. They're playing so well. They've had some, I don't know. They've definitely been playing a long time. I'm not sure if this lineup have had more successful wins in front of a crowd, but this is a great performance. Eon
yeah,
trying to do something here in the front. Okay, holding a golden. Someone, oh, there's the blue on Eon. He does stop in first. Yeah, he does
oh,
stop, but Artie's not falling for that.
so good play though, because otherwise they just have a break in first.
Yeah, K early golden, and that's why,
Wow,
because
but that's
shock's coming.
just chaining in like third. I don't know.
Again, yeah, the shock in the boxes. We saw that from Solar last time. Let's see if he takes cut. He doesn't. He
No, that's
doesn't.
just not the. You have to get one of your teammates after set, I think, honestly.
Yeah,
Or he could wait. I don't know. Just that's just bad though.
we saw it on Peach Gardens last war where it mattered way more. This war doesn't really matter since it's pretty much over, but another time where they shock in the boxes and give Solar a way worse box. He wins that race. If he doesn't, if they just shock him in 7th instead of 3rd.
Yeah, another winning race for EXO. So it is officially over. I just wanted to say, since we were talking about Artie playing well, Yoster, I just realized like he's been in the front every race. Like we said on BC3, making Ultra over and over, and it's mattered every time. He's just holding down first, just playing
Yeah,
super well. I don't
Max
see
as
any of them
well.
making mistakes.
Like this, it's just hard to say like who's been bad for EXO with the last two wars. Like Max is on huge points right now, 94. Go for some Hall of Fame type numbers here, but
But yeah,
uh,
this is a sick, unique situation. EXO
yeah,
just lost the first match, and they were just like, I don't know, they obviously didn't want to play D3, and they just, just turned it around. Just focused up. They're like, match one, Elga got the better of us. They got lucky or whatever, and now they just focused up, and it's just over.
yeah. One thing to talk about is K had a gold in there. They could have just waited, right?
Yeah,
Like, K
that's what
could
I
have
meant. I
golden.
think Solar could have waited and called Shock, like taking cut, but who knows?
Yeah, if he chained 7, let K take cut. Just way better for them, but they're not in the right mindset right now. When you're down this much, just it doesn't really matter. And one thing to talk about, it's not even worth really talking about the races anymore, but where do you see this EXO team finishing in D2 after this performance?
Let me actually check who's in D2, because one
Yeah,
second, just so I don't mess up anything.
because I had them, I didn't even think, like, I thought 8th best, like 7th best, but
Yeah, so we
I don't
have
know.
Team Gun, IF1, LV, MW2, Berserk, Chef Stallion, EXO, and UC. It's easily the closest div in the league, like by a lot. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I think every other div has skill gaps, but this div is so close. You could literally predict any team to make the playoffs, and it'd be a reasonable prediction. But if EXO's playing like this for most of their matches, that's probably secondable. Like I don't know what team's gonna beat them.
Yeah. Early shock here. I don't even know if Justin got in the cannon. Miles getting one, getting another one. It's just back-to-back shocks for Miles. Yeah, Justin. They called it too early. Justin didn't get in the cannon. But it's top 3 here. Back to EXO though. I'm not sure. MW2 is a team. Even with Leops, I feel like it's gonna have that same effect as last season. I don't think the team, apart from
Oh,
Leops,
that
has
red.
the quality.
I would
Yeah.
imagine Leops isn't gonna play a whole lot, but
If that's the case, then they're in trouble because, like, I think Casper is like the only player on that team I consider a D2 player. I'm not a huge fan of most of their players, but you probably say otherwise since you're part of that team, or you know more of the players better than I do. But maybe I don't know. That team's really hard to predict. I think EXO is probably better.
yeah, I think they just play around Casper and Leops when they're there. I think that's how they would play, because the way their backup or their other players function is like Ryan Scotland, for example. I'm pretty sure everyone knows he's a great troller. He stop trolls a lot in wars. Shamron, when he plays, does the same stuff. And I don't know who else they would use. I guess Denmark, but that guy just doesn't take it as serious as everyone else. So I think if they play it, they just play around their two best players the whole time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like Berserk, another team, they got Berserk got worse because they lost Capera. EXO,
Hmm.
I could see them beating Berserk because Berserk and MW2 have that like uh, team structure where you have that one great player, and I guess we could say the same about L2. They have that one great player, and the rest of the team is just not at the same level. And
Yeah,
we were seeing EXO take advantage of that.
yeah. What's it called? As far as Berserk goes, I know Katoran's still there. They are what's it called? They've been grinding. I see them ranking up in lounge. I feel like when I war against them, they play way better too, as of late.
Yeah,
They might have lost Capera, but they still have him like grinding. Yasuo's obviously super good. Their baggers are improving.
Yeah, I'd say
All these teams are
after
so
this
good in D2.
performance, yeah, it's still so hard to call. We've got a head start on what we expect from EXO, but we don't know anything about teams like Berserk, teams like UC, they have scrim, but I mean these matches, the one we're watching right now, is way more important to league results than just a random scrim. So I don't know. It's hard to call that division, but I guess we can talk about L2 and D3 and what we expect from them after this performance. I still think they're favorites. They're in this qualifying match for a reason. They are the best team in D3,
Yeah,
and
I think a
with Saneem
sleeper.
alone, I think.
I think a sleeper team in D3 would be IF2. IF2 recently adding Bo, who was nearly Grandmaster last season in Lounge.
Yeah,
Alex ITA, I think got added. They have Gala
Cross is still there, and
and
Cross is
Cross,
pretty good.
yeah, and they have a pretty decent bagger, and I think Leon NL would be their main bagger for D3.
Yeah,
He'd be pretty solid. So
they even have just Lonnie. Even Dermo, a player people don't talk about. Dermo plays almost every match, and he does well. Like
yeah,
he
and
doesn't do bad at all.
if the four we just listed play, Dermo would be a great sub.
Yeah, I don't know how often she and Alex are gonna play, but I mean, it's one of those players you don't. He's so good. He's a grandmaster basically playing in D3, but nobody
Yeah.
really looks at him as that player, especially in Wars, because he hasn't proven himself. But if he comes like at the end of the season, he has like a 35, 37 GP average, then you're just like, well, I mean, he's a grandmaster. What do you expect?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can also see it just being someone else on that team doing good. But again, another pretty boring race so far. Someone's just running it up.
Yeah, already first. Case has been holding a star the whole time. No, sorry for us getting off topic. Just no real reason to talk about these races when they're down
No, I
100.
mean, there's nothing really to talk about. I'd feel like more people would enjoy talking about the league because no one really gets to talk about the league like that anymore,
Yeah.
other than prediction streams.
Although, like, maybe an unpopular opinion now, but Frozen, when he would do like his he did a couple streams where he would like stream the league and like the teams that he thought would be playing, and I always think that kind of stuff is interesting. And since he doesn't stream anymore, I kind of wish someone else would like take over that role, like have a bunch of viewers, have the chat engaged, and just talk about the league and possible winners and who everyone else thinks would be good. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
mean,
sick to talk
those are
about
the
the
best
game.
streams.
Yeah, like
I
I
have
remember I
fun watching
literally
those.
listened to Frozen talk about like some when he was making his league for like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, those
And
are fun to watch or fun to listen to. Like that's why the closest thing we get to that sort of interaction are just the GSC articles people make, like you like making that breakdown every season. Just one of the best pieces of work we've had in this community for a long time. And just talking about the players in the community, the warring scene, all that's pretty fun, but no one really has the time to do it. And we have cast, it's pretty much the only sort of media attention we get for the game. I
yeah,
don't know. I think it's just fun to just ramble about teams, especially now. There's nothing really to talk about unless we see a good play.
yeah, I think like if it was done now, like say if Frozen did a stream now and talked about whatever div he wanted, a D1 might be kind of boring because there's a big skill gap. But I mean, D2 for example would be perfect because like just look at that, like it's so close. Any team could win that division.
Yeah, that it's like if you had UC for example winning the division, I couldn't like hate on you for that. Like literally, you could say any team. Like I have MW2 winning it. If someone said that, I'd be like, yeah, they have Leops. Okay, I can see that. Literally any
Yeah.
team, and especially now, seeing EXO being as dominant as they are, now I can definitely see that being a possibility.
Yeah. I feel like some people, I'm sure there's people that would be more motivated to do that kind of thing if they knew they would get more, if they knew that they would get more like viewership, you know what I mean? Because like,
Yeah,
say
that's
say if like I were to do it, like I would love to do it, but say if I do, I'm getting like 2 viewers. Like who's gonna
true.
watch that? There's no point.
Yeah, it's true. That's why like prediction streams are just the best way to do it. Get to talk about almost everyone's league.
Yeah, I'm actually super excited for the prediction stream just because of how close D2 is.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one to talk about. Again, I don't know what's going on in this race. Pack is literally. Wow, what? Did he bill in fifth? I guess he did. Bill's from fifth to first, and he's still not gonna win the race.
No.
It's just that.
Unfortunate.
It's just that sort of war for them.
Yeah, well, one last time, I guess, because I think I already said it. Congrats to EXO on being the, well, deciding that they'll stay in D2. Very well played by them the whole time. Even though they lost match one, I think they played it well. It's just luck difference, literally.
Yeah,
L had a few cheese races, and EXO barely lost, so.
unlucky to. I'd say unlucky to win or to lose. War one after the. I think there's that mishap where they went from 1-3-4-5 or like top four to 1-3-4-5, which would have actually won them the war if they actually got top four there. But yeah, they've just been better. Max is having the war of his life. Yastra up there as well. So you have to play this lineup the entire season. I feel like.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know who their sub would be.
well, they had Spart run War One, and we saw what
Yeah.
happened. The difference
I,
is just
I feel like they
clear.
have one other good runner. I might be thinking of Tekken, but I thought they had one other
Ethan, they
good
have
runner.
Ethan.
Ethan, right? Yeah, Ethan's good.
Yeah, I just don't see him play enough. Ethan's one of those players. Everyone thought he had a lot of potential in this game. I even thought that. I was like, Ethan's gonna become way better than me. He joined PT, I remember a long time ago, and I think he had some schedule of like just play. He had some schedule that he had that he's gonna get better by doing. And I guess he just lost interest for the game. Doesn't play that much, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got some matches and showed everyone what he's about.
Yeah, this will be a fun team to watch. I said this in MKPS, I think, but they're just like when they were S1, they're just like one of those teams that kind of flies under the radar, but they're like, I don't know, they're good.
It's because this team doesn't have a standout player. Like you could look at every other team in the league, and you'd be like, okay, we have to watch out for K, we have to watch out for Leop, watch out for Frozen, Jeff. But like this team, like even before this match, I'd be like, Artie, I guess, watch out for Artie. Even though Artie, most of his work is in the back, like you don't
Yeah.
have that player. But now we're seeing that literally all of them can do whatever they want.
If I had to choose a D2 winner, I think.
Oh, nice stop
Uh,
there.
I don't know. I want to say IF, but IF really underperformed last season.
Yeah,
So
I was
can't
gonna
really.
say that. I had such high hopes for
I
them, and
think
they
the
didn't
most.
make
Oh
playoffs.
wow. I think the most consistent pick would probably be UC because UC is a pretty reliable team. They have good runners all around. They have Yasu, Dose, Storm, and who else? Zenoki. Zenoki's
Yeah,
cracked.
they have Henry US as well. They have a really good roster. I just don't think the team's gonna like. It's one of those teams where if they lost, I just think not the chem, just gonna go wacko. They just don't have the mental. I don't feel like.
Yeah. Berserk's also a sleeper team. Frozen said in chat they'll go ham. I know I know what Yasuo is gonna do. I just don't know about the rest of their roster. Is all I'm worried about.
Yeah, I mean they made finals with Capera. I don't know. Different people have different opinions on Capera and what he brings to that team because he's not. I mean he's not Yasuo, so
Mhm.
everyone else is
CS
replaceable.
also CS was the third place team, I believe, and they added Claw actually. I think they kept the same roster and added Claw, so they
I
basically got
s-
better. But
yeah, I said in the prediction stream last time, CS is a team that was I think predicted fifth or sixth in the division. I was not surprised that they made playoffs because Jed, nobody really thought of Jed as being that standout player again. CS, another one of those teams where you don't really have him and you really fear. But Jed was unbelievable last season. Now they add Claw. That team has the chem, has Act who can bag. They have Connor as well. They can make some noise again. But this war, ended up being a little bit closer. I didn't even know if L was gonna break the 300 barrier, but it was just smooth sailing after like race 2. Not much to talk about there.
Yeah, I guess we should wrap this up for Cynical, even though we're having a little
Yeah,
podcast going.
yeah. I mean,
EKSC, okay.
yeah. I think we had a pretty good stream. Hopefully, all of you guys enjoyed our little talk about the league at the end there, as well as just the fantastic matches we had early on, the fantastic races we saw from Artie and KA. Even though KA just being on the losing side, had some great races, had some great moments, but I think it's a fair result. EXO deserved to win this series. I have higher hopes for them in D2, but
Yeah, same.
I think you'll be seeing some of our other casters tomorrow. BZ versus LSU, I think, and also maybe the second match of my 14 versus Mate. I think both of those are going on tomorrow. But for now, it's been me and Macy, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Yep, have a good night, everyone.